places to see. Great acts all around the Strip. And tonight here in Las Vegas, there's a new show in town. The four-team UFL Premier season begins tonight. The Las Vegas Locos and the California Redwoods. Renowned coaches Dennis Green and Jim Fossil have their team stocked with some familiar faces, like Locos quarterback J.P. Lossman, a first-round pick in 2004.
Nice job, man. Way to go get it.
The Redwoods looked at Corey Ross in a powerful running game to make their opening statement. Denny Green's troops are ready for action.
Redwoods on three. 1, 2, 3. Redwoods.
This is the United Football League from Las Vegas, Nevada. The premier season gets underway tonight. The California Redwoods against the Las Vegas Locos. And right now, let's take you inside the locker room of each team.
We know the things we've got to be able to do now. You got to be able to stop the run, and one guy doesn't do it. You got to fly around, you got to gang tackle. Don't assume that a guy is down. Get your piece of pound of that flesh also. Got to be able to run the ball. Got to be able to run the ball. Got to punch a hole in the defense. Get it going downhill.
That's head coach Dennis Green. That's some of the action, some of the access that we're going to be bringing you here on UFL Football. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Sims, along with Doug Flutie, the 1984 Heisman Trophy winner, decorated pro for 21 years in pro football. Tonight, we have a new adventure in football. We're going to bring you outdoor football, hardcore football, get tremendous access. And, Doug, you've been around. You know football. This is a high level of football we're going to be presenting tonight.
We were around this week in training camp. This is real football. Four head coaches in this league, 75 years of NFL experience. The players average 3.5 years NFL experience. J.P. Lossman throwing the ball down the field, a guy that can throw the deep ball as well as anybody. Players running 4.3 40s, kickers kicking the ball out of the end zone. It was a real practice. It was real football.
Good stuff, and everybody's very excited about this opportunity here with the United Football League. Let's take a look at some of the players here and get familiar with them, because there's some really good stories here as we move along here. First of all, let's talk about J.P. Lossman. Here's a guy highly regarded coming out of college and had some success in the NFL.
He made the decision to come to the UFL because he wants to get out on the field and prove he can be a starting quarterback, prove he can be consistent. Got a little chip on his shoulder. He doesn't want to be sitting the bench somewhere in the NFL and not getting better. He thinks here he has the opportunity to get out on the field, prove that he can throw the football, and be consistent as a starter.
Another guy who has a tremendous story, Corey Ross. He's a little guy that had his timing was not real good for him in the NFL.
Yeah, he took the tape off his ankle and got hurt. So then he winds up having the opportunity here. He wants to prove he can go. He's an amazing little runner. He's only 5'6", but California has a big offensive line. He can duck in behind a lineman and pop out on you and make people miss. He's an explosive little runner.
Yeah, he's going to be very difficult to spot, and that's going to be a key point defensively for the Las Vegas Ball Club. So we've got tremendous action here expected here in Las Vegas. Denny Green, you know about him. He's had a very accomplished career in college football and in the National Football League. And he's going against a guy that he was on the same Stanford staff in 1980. And that would be Jim Fossil. That was a Bill Wall staff. And right now, let's take a look at the Redwoods as they come out onto the field here at Sam Boyd Stadium here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
The Las Vegas Locos would like to welcome the California Redwoods to Sam Boyd Stadium.
Also joining us in our broadcast staff, We've got a couple of folks who have been quarterbacks in their own right. Let's send it down to our sideline reporters, Cordell Stewart and Anita Marks.
Wow, how exciting is this? Once before, Anita, we had the opportunity to come out of a locker room and feel the adrenaline and be excited to have this opportunity to come out here and play. I'm truly excited. I don't know about you, but yet I'm waiting to see how good a football these young men are going to have the opportunity to play tonight.
More than that, I'm excited the fact that we're part of the inaugural season here for the UFL, because the UFL, the broadcast team here in Versus, is going to take the football fan into the locker room, on the field, on the sideline. A player scores a touchdown, myself, Cordell, we're going to get him right off him scoring a touchdown. We'll be able to do the interviews, so we're really excited. We're going to take the football fan where no football fan has ventured before, and I'm going to be on the local sideline. You're going to be
on the Redwoods side, so I think it's time for us to go and get to work.
Let's break it.
See you later.
There's a look at Jim Fossil. He took the New York Giants to the Super Bowl a few years ago. He's back in coaching after doing some broadcasting. Here come the Las Vegas Locos. There's a look at Shane Boyd, the quarterback for California. We will take a timeout and come back with the opening kickoff right after this. This is the UFL, the premier season. We come to you on Versus.
UFL game number 1.
Let me get a win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you do.
Right. United Football League on Versus is presented by StubHub, where fans buy and sell tickets. By Motorola. By Men's Warehouse. You're going to like the way you love. And by GameWare. Look like a pro, play like a pro. Welcome back, everybody. We're at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. The premier season of the United Football League getting started in a matter of seconds here. Saw Denny Green. There's Jim Fossil. Shane Boyd is the quarterback for California. And you'll notice the officials a little bit different. They have that Sunday afternoon Tiger Woods black and red look.
It's Championship Sunday, baby.
Yes, sir. So we are now ready for the first coin toss in UFL history. I know you. A lot of I know yous, to be sure. John Bible. John Bible's the referee. And that's Michael Hugh in the middle.
What's your call?
The commissioner of the UFL.
Heads is a call. Tails it is. Your call. Want the ball. You want the ball? Defend which end?
Kick that way. No, we're kicking this way.
You want to kick this way, back
So Las Vegas has won the toss. There's a look at the commemorative coin, and that will be headed to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. 4 teams: New York, California, Las Vegas, and Florida. And let's check in with our sideline reporter, Anita Marks.
Coach, it's been a long time. 3 weeks in training camp, and this is the big night. How are you feeling?
I feel great, and I know the players are excited to play. You know, we're getting a late start on the football season. They've seen everybody else play football. They're excited to play.
Well, you won the toss. You're going offense. It's time for J.P. Losman to do his thing.
Well, it is, you know, and he's relaxed tonight. I think he's ready to play. I know he's anxious. He was in the locker room last night till about 10 o'clock doing stuff just to get ready.
Fantastic. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Anita, thank you very much. And Doug, when we were speaking with J.P. Losman, he was keyed up a couple of days ago. He's ready to go.
He was really fired up and ready for this, and this is something he's been waiting for a while.
Here's Cordell Stewart now with Denny Green.
Coach Denny, here we are. getting the opportunity to let your defense go out first. What are you expecting from your defense right now, starting out?
Well, we'd like to start off with a good kick by Parker Douglas. He's an excellent kicker. We'd like to get that ball kicked down at least about the 5-yard line. Then get down there in coverage, try to keep him at least inside the 30-yard line, make him go on the field and work against our defense.
Knowing that your defense has a lot of speed, the main concern, is it the running game?
Yeah, because they're a powerful running team. They're committed to the run. They've got a lot of size. So anytime you're smaller, you got to beat them to the punch. It's all about quickness and getting on top of them.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
You bet.
All right, Cordell and Coach Green, thank you very much, gentlemen. Parker Douglas, 5'8", 170 pounds out of South Dakota State. And Josh Scobie to your right, he is the deep man. And for more information on the UFL, go to fanhouse.com. Glad you could join us, everybody, as we kick off a new football season and a new league, the United Football League here on Versus, and we are underway. So take Scobie into the end zone, and he's going to bring it out anyway. 10, 15, got room. 25, sideline, 30, 35-yard line. That's where they'll get it going. A 37-yard return for the Locos. Tackle made by John Abate. J.P. Losman is the quarterback out of Tulane, 28 years old, out of Venice, California.
I'll tell you what, he throws the deep ball as well as anyone. He's fired up for this. You heard Denny Green say they're a good running team. Yes, they have a good running attack, but the key tonight is turning him loose and letting JP do his thing.
Bringing you all kinds of different looks to football here tonight. We have the centers mic'd, the umpire is mic'd, and here's a run by Marcel Shipp. Running outside, picks up 3. And let's take a look at the offensive unit of Las Vegas. It's brought to you by Men's Warehouse, the official outfitter of the UFL's broadcast team. Men's Warehouse, you're going to like the way you look. Veteran guys there, Martin Bibla out of the University of Miami.
And keep an eye on that left side of the line of scrimmage. Capizzi and Davis blow people off.
And we expect a lot from Adam Bergen, the tight end. Losman in trouble, gets away, and gets up to the 40-yard line. Picks up about a yard and a half on the play. Call it 2. Paul Carrington made the stop for California.
Well, a little pressure on him right away, giving him a little test. It's not going to be quite that easy.
And here's a look at the up front 4 for California. Carrington just made that tackle. He's out of Central Florida. The linebackers, Dontarius Thomas out of Auburn. Played with Minnesota for several years. And in that secondary, Robert Herbert is a tremendous story, and we'll bring you that as we move along throughout the course of the evening. Here's a third down play. Losman over the middle, and it is caught. It's caught over the middle by Andre Thurman out of Southern Oregon, 29 years old. Marvell Underwood brought him down. It's a gain of 8.
Great job offensively. Spread them out. You'll see Thurman just come across underneath. Nice, easy completion. Get comfortable. Get your feet wet. Get comfortable. Get a couple completions. There comes a 5-man rush. Set. It's man-to-man coverage. Gets himself his first completion of the ball game.
So first down, and handoff to Shipp. Trying to get to the edge, and not much there. Pretty good speed there. Picks up 2 on the play.
Now, Shipp is good between the tackles. He's more of a power runner. He's a guy you want to take it up. This is Dorsey, and Dorsey bounced outside. He's got extreme quickness. He's a guy they want to get the ball to in open field.
Just underway here in Las Vegas. Ball's at the 49-yard line of California.
52, Mike. Over.
Losman will have solo receivers both sides with an offset eye. And a nice run in there by Marcel Shipp. Picks up 5 on the play.
Really a nice job again. In between the tackles is where his strength is. He had a nice little stutter step, was patient within the hole, and took it up in there for a nice little game.
7 yards in a pickup, and they're going at a really good rate here, this Las Vegas offense.
Trying to listen in there on the play call there, Coach.
I'll bring you some of that. And Jim Fossil, as you mentioned, we were talking before the game, as quarterback friendly as there is, he's made a great career coaching some of the outstanding quarterbacks in football the last 20 years. Losman with time. And a nice catch on the far sideline. Nicely done by Dede Dorsey out of Lindenwood College. We'll take a look at the game-wear plan. What do the Locos have to get done tonight, Doug?
Well, the bottom line for them is this is a strong, big, physical O-line. Blow that defense off the ball. They did that on the first play from scrimmage. Get Dorsey in space. I just mentioned it. Get it outside to him. They just completed a pass to him in the flat. And get Losman comfortable. He had a couple of nice completions and getting rolling.
Deep back is Marcel Shipp. 7 years with the Cardinals. Play fake. Losman's got time. Goes backside. And picks up about 3 or 4. As he got that to his fullback, E.J. Barthel.
Really a nice job of patience here by Losman. He wants a big play, hard play action. Nobody bites, looks up the field. Let's take what they give us, dump it to the flat, move the chains.
Losman,
well, not yet, but just pick up some positive yards.
Losman off to a good start, 3 for 3. 22nd pick back in 2004 in the NFL. He's got a 2nd down and 7. And a timeout is called by Las Vegas.
Catch your breath, Phelps.
So our first timeout here in UFL action, where it's Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. We'll be back with more right after this. Premier season of the UFL just underway. California taking on Las Vegas, and J.P. Losman, a little problem with his communication setup.
You know, I've been through that, boy. I've been out on a field where it's you hear nothing but static. You look over the bench and say, "Don't worry, coach, I got it. I'm going to call my own favorite play anyway."
What you like to do anyway.
Absolutely. We didn't need a reason to do that.
That's right. You're one of the last draw in the dirt guys, right?
Draw it up as long as it works.
8th play of this drive coming up.
51 weeks back. Check.
Losman working out of the gun. He's got trips to the bottom of your screen. D.D. Dorsey flanked out. They throw it in the slot, and they get it to Thurman. Thurman sideline at the 10 and run out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. Andre Thurman, it was Marvell Underwood who rode him out of bounds, a gain of 28 yards. First down, Las Vegas.
Thurman just found himself uncovered. They were blitzing on defense, spread the defense out. All of a sudden, he's going to come off the edge, and there he is, uncovered. Give me the ball, let me run with it, off we go. Thurman, great awareness of idling down, giving JP a nice, easy target, completing it, big play, inside the 10.
52, Mike, under.
Deep back is Marcel Shipp. Give it to Shipp. Cut it inside. He's a traffic guy, and boy, did he take a pop from the safety. From the cornerback coming in, it was Dominic Patrick coming in with that big stick. 5 yards on the gain. And let's go down the sidelines and get more in the helmet issue with Anita Marks.
Hey, guys. Helmet. They just had to switch out the battery. That was it. So JP.
We'll get Anita's battery fixed down there as we get back to the 2nd down and goal at about the 3-yard line. Shipp dives. He dived a little bit too early. Picks up just a yard. Maurice Crum out of Notre Dame.
You got to stay with your pulling guard there. Bibla pulls to the left. It's a nice power O. All you got to do is stay off tackle right there. There's a hole off tackle over here, and he had predetermined that I'm going to go up over the top and force it into the end zone. Just take your read, be patient.
Las Vegas in the Motorola Red Zone, introducing Motorola Click with Moto Blur, the first phone with social skills, available exclusively at T-Mobile. Toss, fumble! It's still loose, and California has recovered. So there's your first turnover in UFL history, and it was recovered by Maurice Crum. So they had a chance to get 6 on the board. Instead, they turn it away.
Boy, you get this close, you don't want to put the ball on the ground. The big turnover in the red zone, just a simple toss on the back shoulder. Not a bad toss, just impatient, takes his eyes off the ball.
When we come back, California will run its first play from scrimmage. Right after this is the UFL.
Last play with. I'm sorry.
No score. Let's go down to Cordell Stewart.
Mo, what happened? What happened on the last play, Mo? It looked like you just came scot-free and wound up getting the ball. What did you see to allow you to get to the ball?
First thing I saw a toss, and when I see the toss, I got to get running as a linebacker. And my fellow counterpart, Prince Quatane, made a great play on the running back, kept the ball loose. I was running to the ball loose, scoop it up. Trying to make a play.
As far as I remember, do we call that pursuit to the ball?
We call that pursuit to the ball. We trying to get to the ball. First day of practice. First day, we started everyday pursuit. That's what we do.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yep.
Maurice Crum out of Notre Dame, and he and his father, Maurice Sr., played at Miami, the only father-son tandem in the history of major college football that had 300-plus career tackles. And that is some accomplishment. We talked, Doug, about this youngster here, Corey Ross. Can't find him. Picks up 3 on that play.
Little man staying between the tackles and riding his offensive line for a nice little gain there. There was a good push on that left side. They need to run the football.
Tough break for Las Vegas. They had a drive of 10 plays, 63 yards. They ate 5:22 off the clock and come away with nothing. Losman 4 for 4 at 45 yards. Quarterback here is Shane Boyd. He's out of Kentucky, 27 years old.
Hey, chip it.
I liked one of the things he told us during the meetings. He said, hey, Denny wants to let it go. He wants to put points up. Here's Ross on the stretch play, and he picks up 5 yards on that play. Tackled by, and a good block by Tyler Llewellyn. Shane Boyd at Kentucky threw for 2,484 yards, and he's been with Tennessee and Pittsburgh, among other teams, in the NFL, Arizona and Houston, and he also played in the CFL. Doug, did you play against him in Montreal when he was in Montreal?
I did not, but he is an athletic quarterback and can use his legs, so let's watch that a little bit tonight.
6'1", 232. He's got a 3rd down and short. To Ross and a cutback, and they're waiting for him. They filled the lanes nicely. Lose a yard on that play. And good defense there by Las Vegas.
You know, what made this play was Nick Turnbull, safety, coming up off the edge, and he comes flying up off the edge here from outside to turn it in. He wants to bounce this, and he's forced back inside into the crowd. Tackle short of the 1st down. You're punting the football.
So California can't take advantage of the turnover. And punting is Derek Frost out of Northern Iowa. Deep to receive is Brian Hernandez. Good punt. Line drive. Hernandez runs up at the 35-yard line. He's got an alley. Closes quickly at the 46-yard line. And that's where Las Vegas will put it in play. And that was on the tackle. 42 yards, 8 yards on the return. No score here in Las Vegas. Denny Green's California Redwoods locked up with the Las Vegas Locomotives. Let's take a listen to one of the most distinctive voices in all of pro football, Denny Green.
Because what you enables the end to come down, and a tight end in motion won't be able to block him. Now, if he's already stationary, he probably can, but not with motion.
He's talking about the tight end coming in motion across the formation, and therefore the defensive end has a little separation and room to close it down inside and bust inside him, and it's a tough block. If he lines him up with no motion over the top, he has his feet under him and can make that block and cut him off.
Deep back behind Losman, here's D.D. Dorsey. Losman 4 for 4 in the first drive, 45 yards. He's got time, he's got deep middle. In and out of the hands, almost intercepted. Oh, brother, what a play that was. Losman makes a nice throw, and it goes in and out of the hands of David Kirkus. David Circus Kirkus. He made a whole bunch of acrobatic high school catches back in Michigan.
Nice little touch on that in route. Got it in the window. Should have been a catch. Nice read. Watch the wheel route up the sideline, though. He was all by himself going down the sideline. But, your first read's open. Give him the ball. He put it on the money. Should have been a completion.
Kirkus tried a body catch. Couldn't bring it down. 2nd down. Marcel Shipp is back in the game. Gets the call. Big running room. Post a 1st down. And we do have a flag on the play. Picks up 10. Referee tonight is John Bible.
Let's out, guys. Way to go. Way to go.
So the offside goes against California.
Good job by JP using his cadence, drawing him off, getting a freebie with the running play. And they busted out. Got a nice block from the fullback on the lead weak. And again, inside the tackles. Good running inside the tackles by Shipp.
Yeah.
Kirkus and Thurman go wide to the left. Double wides to the right.
He's going to have seam routes going up the alleys here.
Empty backfield. Throws underneath. That's Brian Hernandez. Gets it across the 40, picks up 4 yards. Let's check in on the sidelines and Anita Marks.
Yeah, as you guys can see, Bibla not in action right now. I spoke to the trainers. They said that he is not going back in. It does not look like he will go back in at all the game. And as you guys well know, the research that they've done and how serious concussions are, I'm sure they don't want to take any chances.
So Martin Bibla, the right guard.
44, Mike!
He's done for the night. Travaris Washington out of Florida will take over. Here's a 2nd down and 5 play. They're on a stretch. And good tackle on the far side. Robert Herbert over there, number 31.
Nice job by the Redwoods of stringing that out. You want to make Marcel Shipp bounce the football and get running east and west. When he gets his shoulders square, he does a nice job of sticking it up in there.
So 1 yard gain by Shipp, and so far for Shipp tonight, he's got 7 carries for 29 yards. Not a lot of verbiage there.
Well, Z-jerk is a little underneath route. It's the same route, the underneath part of the route that he hit on the last pass attempt.
3 receivers to the right, pump, throws over the middle, kind of high. Oh, baby, what a hit! What a hit! Big time by the middle linebacker, Liam Ezekiel out of Northeastern. That's a 6-yard gain, but a punishing tackle.
Great little what we call a jerk move here by the wide receiver. Comes underneath, sticks him. Now he's wide open. JP's got to put that in his chest. He lobbed it just a little high and lays his receiver out just a little bit. Ezekiel just takes full advantage of it. Tries to separate the man from the ball.
Thurman will remember that one. He might have a word from Mr. Losman a little bit later on. Here's a fake throwing over the middle, and they got the tight end bouncing his way inside the 10-yard line. It's Adam Bergen, who's played for Arizona, Dallas, Baltimore, and Denver. That's 21 yards on a pickup, a 1st down for Las Vegas.
Nice patience by Bergen. It was a play-action pass which froze everyone. He was wide open coming off the ball, so he just idled it down up the seam instead of hauling up through there and running to be covered. Nice little play action, freezes people, set your feet, give it to him now because he's open. JP did a nice job of setting his feet quickly because he saw the receiver come open early.
Losman on fire, 7 of 8 for 79 yards passing. Josh Scobie's in there now, throwing a back corner fade for the tight end. Bergen can't get it. You like Bergen, right? More of a receiving tight end?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He ran a nice route there, and they had an opportunity if the ball was put a little bit more towards the corner. Bergen coming off the ball down the goal line. He's got his man on his inside shoulder. I'm open. Put the ball to the pylon. A little bit of a poor throw there behind and long.
Bergen played his college football at Lehigh University. 8th play coming up in this drive. D.D. Dorsey to Losman's left in the shotgun. Losman looked right, now coming back left. Staying alive. Still alive, and then they take him down. They take him down at about the 15-yard line. Lose about 8 on the play. And that's a big play there. As we take a look at
in the red zone, you got to throw this ball away. He had time to move around, didn't like what he saw. Be composed, take that ball, throw it out of the end zone, and it's just line back up instead of taking the loss on the play. But that's the way to stop it. California has got to get pressure on JP Losman.
No score here in Las Vegas. It's the Redwoods taking on the Locos. We'll be back with more to Las Vegas right after this. Jim Fossil's Las Vegas team trying to cash in on this long drive. Let's listen in on what he called for this next play.
Let's do this. I want to go this. I want 12 personnel, all right, and I want to go Falcon right, 72, double turn, double glance. You got it? Yep. Well, tight ends keep it in a little tighter than normal. Okay, so if you don't get it, you got the tight end underneath it, okay?
All right. We got the 2 tight ends inside doing little turn routes, the 2 outside receivers on seam post, and he's going to try to stick one in.
Let's see if he does it. In traffic, nothing doing there for Thurman, who takes another big blow.
Hold on.
Jeremy Unertle and Ronnie Prude really laid some wood on him.
He had a little window there to stick that one in. The ball sailed on him again a little bit. So he does have a nice completion percentage so far, but he's missed a couple of throws. He had a chance to stick that in there.
This field goal by Las Vegas. They're lining up for the Men's Warehouse field goal attempt. Men's Warehouse, you're going to like the way you look. Graham Gano, 33 yards. Snap placement, and it is good. So the first score in the history of the United Football League goes to the Las Vegas Locomotives. Pretty good drive.
Really nice drive. The sack is a drive killer down there in the red zone. But on 3rd and long from just inside the 20, he did have an opportunity to stick one in there. But JP's looked real sharp, throwing a football, driving it down the field. And Las Vegas has moved the ball in each of their possessions.
So it comes here with 3:20 to go in the first. Shane Boyd has got to be very jealous because J.P. Lawson's been getting all the work.
9 minutes and 48 seconds of possession to 1 minute 48 for California. You know, they went 3 and out. Shane Boyd's got to find a way to move the football and give his defense a little bit of a rest.
You bet.
Move the football on the ground, start using his legs, go a little play action if you have to, but they have to find a way to move the football.
That's the second 10-play drive rung up by Las Vegas.
And as an offensive player, now you get in a rhythm. We're getting these drives where we're putting some plays together. We can try this, try that, do some formation stuff. You get a rhythm. When you go 3 and out on the other side of the ball, you're almost at the end of the first quarter. You don't know what's working yet. You don't know where you want to go and what plays you want to call just yet.
Well, we're getting ready to take a look at B.J. Sams. Here's a guy that has had a fine career both in pros and in college in returning kicks. He's with Baltimore for 3 years. And let's see, he makes a nice recovery, and that ball almost jumped over his head. Looking for an alley, not there. Got across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. A return of 16 yards. Nice coverage by Las Vegas. Marcus Riley on the tackle.
All right, Shane's saying, give me something that's going to work here. Give me something that's going to work.
Take a look at tonight's starting lineups presented by Men's Warehouse, the official outfitter of the UFL broadcast team. Men's Warehouse, you're going to like the way you look. Mike Mabry's out of Central Florida, veteran center. And Corey Ross was a guy we talked about. And here's another guy you like, the other tight end, Nate Laurie.
Oh, what a ball player. NFL type guy, no doubt about it.
Put up big numbers coming out of the Ivy League at Yale University. From the 22, little waggle action going backside. Boyd, nice pitch and catch far side. They got it to Joe West out of Texas El Paso, 15-yard pickup. So a first down for California as we check the Las Vegas defense. Ross Kalajny, great story there. Is we'll talk about that. He's a guy that been in and out of football, was living here in Arizona, and went to Wisconsin and comes back. Teddy Lehman in the middle. And Tony Parrish, the veteran, 34 years old, drafted by the Bears in the second round some years ago.
And in phenomenal shape.
Boyd in trouble. In trouble. Down he goes. And a penalty flag as well. Adrian Owasam, the former New York Giant, coming up with the sack. It's a loss of 5.
You know, I said that Shane's going to have to use his legs a little. They ran a naked bootleg, a nice completion on a comeback out of that. Here he tries to scramble a little bit. I think they're a little mismatched up front, and he's going to have to be an athlete to make plays. He was fortunate there. I believe it was a face mask penalty.
A little different look for the referees. John Bible. He's the referees to the umpire, Doug Wilson, number 11.
Personal foul, face mask, defense 95, penalty 15
So the Wally Dada foul, that's wiped off. They get a Wasson. Let's go down to Anita Marks. She's got some interesting notes on the kicker, Graham Gano.
Absolutely. He's actually standing right here with me. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. You spent 2 months in Baltimore competing with Steve Hauschka. Unfortunately, he won the job. Here you are in Las Vegas, and you're part of history. You just scored the first 3 points for the UFL. I mean, this is big time.
Yeah, I'm just very excited, to be playing football again, getting to be with this team. We've been practicing hard, and hopefully we'll come out with the win tonight.
Fantastic.
All right, Anita, thank you very much. Graham Gano. That ball, I'm sure, will be going off to Canton, Ohio, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Probably his shoes, too.
And, when he came into camp, he came in late. And the guy that had been kicking, they weren't real happy with. And when he stepped on the field and started kicking the ball off into the end zone and drilled 4 for 4 the first day, the guys really, really liked him. And the next day we're voting for special teams captain. Gary Stills got it. But he got a lot of votes, and the votes read the kicker. They didn't even know his name yet. They just liked the fact he was here. He almost got it.
Well, it's amazing. In the whole process in this entire league, just the 4 teams, and it's been an entire get-to-know-you process over these last few weeks. There's Gary Stills, veteran of 10 years in the pros. I did a lot of his games when he was at West Virginia. Again, him as a linebacker. He's also going to be rushing as a defensive end. Here's Corey Ross bouncing outside. Oh, good stick. Good stick on the far side. A 5-yard pickup. Wally Dada, number 24, out of Washington State. He's a Cougar.
On the last play, there was a double move against Wally, and he got burnt, and he hit his guy with an illegal chuck to avoid a touchdown. This time he's got to come up and run support, and he busted him a little bit and stuck his nose in there. It's good to see out of a defensive back, especially the corners. We all say corners don't like the tackle. They just want to be out there on an island and cover.
But you got to have them, and they better have short memories too on pass plays. Here's a 2nd down and 4 for Shane Boyd. His brother Aaron's a wide receiver at Kentucky right now. Handed off to Ross, looking for room. Backside help, nicely done. 3 yards on the pickup, but a heck of a play by Eric Henderson, number 93 out of Georgia Tech. He's not only benches 430, but Doug, this guy showed some quicks here.
Yeah, well, here he's a little bit patient on the run. It's going to be a stretch play to the right, and he's looking for that cutback seam, bang, puts his foot in the ground. Great job of closing it down on the backside by the defensive end.
Eric Henderson played for Cincinnati a couple of times. Was cut earlier this year in April. There's a 3rd down and a short one. Boyd to Ross, didn't get it. Did not get it, about a yard short. Teddy Lehman in on to stop the middle linebacker, number 54.
Lehman sticks his nose in there. He's a leader on this defense. He runs well, sideline to sideline. Here's a short yardage type situation. He sticks his nose in there. And 21, Nick Turnbull coming out of the secondary goes flying up there again. Here comes Lehman, sticking his nose up in there. Reads well, shoots the gap, cuts behind the blocker. Beautiful play. Great anticipation of where the ball's going.
Teddy Lehman out of Oklahoma. All-American there. And as you can see, John Bible says they're about length of the ball short.
Lehman sticks his nose up in there, but the key there is his quickness of the read to shoot that gap and decide, can I shoot it, or do I have to go up, take him on my shoulder, and keep a free arm?
So Las Vegas has a pro football team. It's here in the UFL. And they're going to go for it. 4th and a short 1. Double tight ends. Boyd's a big quarterback. He folds in, and he's got the 1st down. Folds in behind Isaiah Ross, his right guard. 1st down for the California Redwoods.
He and Mabry up there at the center. Good push. Mabry's one of the toughest offensive linemen they have. He played for Mike Kruzak over at UCF.
University of Central Florida. We've played the first 15 minutes in UFL history. And it's the Las Vegas Locos with a 3-0 lead over the California Redwoods. Glad to have you with us here in Las Vegas, the UFL's premier season.
Right now,
United Football League on Versus is presented by AOL Fan House. Your sports live here. By USI, Protect, Manage, Grow. By the Children's Miracle Network. And by Levi Water. Better water, better planet. Nighttime falling here in Las Vegas as we open up the UFL season. The Locomotives have a 3-0 lead over the California Redwoods. And we're looking here for Denny Green to do
Denny's
something.
getting aggressive now. He says, go get him. So let's see if we get a little play action down the field.
Shane Boyd, deep drop, didn't see backside. He's in trouble, and he throws it away. That's a heck of an effort to do it, to throw it up about 10 rows, not about 3-4 rows. Shane's lucky didn't come away with an injury.
A corner blitz off the weak side that the tailback did not see until the last instant. Coming off the left side, and Corey sees it at the last second, jumps over there, helps his quarterback out, but a little too late. And in this league, you can ground the ball as long as it gets past the line of scrimmage.
So Shane Boyd lives to throw another play here. Here's your time of possession numbers, dominated by Las Vegas. 2nd down and 10. 43-yard line. Play fake, deep drop. Going deep middle. Got a man down there, and that's caught. Sonny Shackelford out of the University of Washington, who's bounced around the Arena Leagues. He's picking up 20 yards on that play. They've been with San Diego back in 07. That's a first down for California.
Nice job by Boyd, the hard play action. They were going for the deep shot. The crosser came open. The defense bailed out. Great pass protection on that play, and a nice catch by Shackelford.
So now Boyd's starting to get his rhythm going. Down to about the 22-yard line. Handoff, Corey Ross. Nice job by the corner. That was Nick Turnbull. Number 21 knocked him out of bounds. A gain of 4 yards.
All right. So
take a look at the game plan. What does California have to do to get it done tonight?
Well, number one, they got to run the football with Ross, and they're attempting to there. He bounced it out for a little bit gain. And Boyd needs to use his legs. He's already shown that on a little naked, a bootleg. Got a nice completion off of that. He's going to have to scramble around because he's going to get some pressure. And then on the reverse side, on their defense, they have to pressure JP, or JP will eat them up.
Corey Ross, the deep back in an offset eye. Shackelford in motion. Ross gets the call. Boy, look at that neat feet there, as it looked like a play was going to be made by Eric Henderson, but Corey Ross was able to avoid him. That's not easy to do. Gary Stills on the tackle.
Henderson comes through clean, and there you saw Corey Ross's quick feet, man. Just a little jump cut, get back to the line of scrimmage, get a positive yard or two, and move on.
Gary Stills, 6'2", 250. He's one of the oldest, if not the oldest player here. He's 35 years old. 11th play in this drive. Right here for California. Boyd with time, throws underneath. That was the motion man. And he fights his way. That's Mark Bradford out of Stanford University with Dallas last year. 6'2", 215, picks up 8 yards.
It's a nice patient job by Shane Boyd in the pocket. This is what we call Z drive. Z coming underneath. Bradford's going to become running underneath. Tight end releases up the field. Nice patience coming across. Little completion in the red zone. Pick up positive yards and a first down. I like what Shane Boyd's doing. He's being patient, taking his reads and delivering the football.
First and goal for California. Boyd 3 for 4, 44 yards. Here's Corey Ross fighting his way inside the 5 to about the 4. Gary Stills, number 55, on the tackle. Gain of 4 on that play.
Again, when a running back has this type of footwork, the offensive linemen just have to stay on their block and push people and let him find the whole stretch, cut back. Just amazing quickness by Corey Ross.
Denny Green said his balance, his explosions, some of the best he's seen. You got a tight end, Nate Laurie, in there, number 84. He might be featured here.
Yeah, keep an eye out for a little shake route down here on the goal line.
2nd and goal. Ross, they outman him. They outnumber him. Tony Parrish coming up along with Gary Stills. They lose a yard on that play. Veterans right there. You got Parrish 34 and Stills 35.
68 years between the two of them, and they're going to make the tackle here in the red zone. Gary playing a lot of snaps. We thought he might sub in and out a little more. He said he wants to get in the pass rush mode. He's in the run D mode right now. Setting up that third down. I'll tell you, Nate Laurie down here in the red zone. Keep an eye on him.
So the ball's just inside the 5. And Shane Boyd and company get the first touchdown in UFL history right here. got pretty good protection. Shane's going to run it himself, and he does. Shane Boyd, touchdown, a 4-yard run, and California has a 6-3 lead. Nice job by Shane. And you've had that happen where you go back and all of a sudden?
Absolutely. His eyes are looking to the back of the end zone for Nate Lowry. Doesn't like it, steps up, little shimmy, little shake, and I'm in the end zone for the first touchdown in UFL history.
Time now for the extra point. It's brought to you by StubHub. StubHub, where fans buy and sell tickets. What do you think of the celebration?
We're going to see better than that throughout the day, I promise you. It's kind of encouraged today.
Yes, indeed. Parker Douglas for the extra point, and it's up and good. So a 14-play drive, 77 yards and 7-17. And take another look at what Shane Boyd does here.
Well, this is what he does best. Use your legs. Throw the ball efficiently, but use your legs and make something happen. Great job.
So Shane Boyd, I think he'll be asked to do something more on that celebration, but he's got a 7-3 lead. Welcome back to Sam Boyd Stadium here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Premier season of the UFL. Dave Sims, Doug Flutie, Cordell Stewart, and Anita Marks in our UFL crew. 7-3 as we look at Parker Douglas out of South Dakota State. He's going to be kicking to Josh Scobie, veteran from Kansas State. 7-3 Redwoods. Locos are going to get their hands on the ball right here. Scobie finds a hole. 20 to the 25 to about the 30-yard line. 23 yards on that return. Let's go down to the sidelines and Cordell Stewart.
Shane, on the touchdown you just scored, tell me, what did you see?
Well, down there, defenses, that they get real stingy, so they don't get a lot of depth. So I saw those linebackers packed in there and the safeties down, so we had a crossing route. So it was just a lot of congestion in there. So I looked to my wide route to my right. It looked like they was about to break on it. So I just went in and used my talent and got in the end zone.
How does it make you feel to have the first touchdown in UFL history?
Oh, man, it's a blessing. I just thank God to go down in history. That's him working through me, and that was just a great feeling. I mean, it's just a great job for our offense. We powered it down, we kept going, and we played ball. So just to start this league off with the first touchdown, hey, I hope we become a Jeopardy question along with getting the win.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Gordon.
That is an
Jeopardy,
outstanding answer. Outstanding. Nice job, Shane. Thank you, Cordell. That was well done.
Very well done. He understands. He's hoping this goes down in history and this lasts a long time.
So Seven's running wild here at Las Vegas.
Corner came.
That last play was a screen setup. Losman couldn't do anything. In trouble. Knocked out of his hands. And it was stripped by Lewis Holmes. Nice job. Veteran from Colorado State.
Lewis does a great job of coming around that edge and getting around the corner. He sees an opportunity to strip the ball. This is Capizzi now, who's a good pass. Oh, he takes his eyes off him at the last instant to go help his buddy Davis on the inside. He thought he was in trouble, took his eyes off his pass rusher, and Holmes comes around the corner and strips the ball.
7-3 California. That sack presented by AOL Fan House. 3rd and 22, lost a loose ball again. And it's recovered by California. The Redwoods have recovered. It was Lewis Holmes. And he recovers the fumble as they were all over J.P. Losman.
Holmes is quickly becoming the sack leader of the UFL and getting after it. This is what you have to do with a decent quarterback who's going to throw the football and pick you apart. You got to get pressure on him. And Holmes is having a knack for getting the ball loose and knocking it away. You've got to protect the football, bring it up inside. Holmes diving for it, strips the ball, and it's loose. Big play for defense, a turnover.
Boy, Holmes really won his battle against Frank Davis.
And Davis and Capizzi on that left side now, they're no slouch.
What's up, man?
They're pretty good. Holmes is saying, I'm better.
Say hello to all my family. If y'all see this is for y'all. Rest in peace, Tony Fine.
So we get a timeout on the field here at Sam Boyd Stadium. We'll take a timeout and come back. 10:03 to go. Here in the second quarter, it's California leading Las Vegas by the count of 7-3. Back with more UFL action from Las Vegas in a moment. Lewis Holmes coming off a turnover, and it's the second turnover tonight by Las Vegas, Doug.
Little twist there, comes up underneath, strips the football. JP, when he's stepping up in the pocket, he's got to keep that ball a little tighter to his chest and keep those feet nice and tight under him, and more of a sense of urgency with his feet.
Meanwhile, Coach Denny Green wasn't real happy about having to burn a timeout. Let's listen in.
Who looked at the clock? Nobody? You didn't. There was 6 seconds left. You guys left here thinking the clock ain't started. He started when we were over here. Come on, let's go.
That's just game awareness, and that comes with playing and experience, always knowing that play clock.
Here's Boyd out of the shotgun, gives it to Corey Ross. Got some room. The little guy bounces it down to the 15 inside, to about the 14-yard line. At the end of the game, we're going to select tonight's StubHub Play of the Game. StubHub, where fans buy and sell tickets.
Well, as an offense, you have to take advantage of turnovers. When you get these opportunities, we looked at time of possession early on, and it was in favor of Vegas, and that has shifted. It's basically even now, and another opportunity to stick it in the end zone.
7-3 lead. Boyd having scored on a 4-yard run. Here's Corey Ross finding his way down to the 4-yard line. Nifty run, first down, California. Pickup of 10. John Abate, the fullback, an outstanding block to help clear the way.
Absolutely. He sticks his nose right up in there, blasted open on the lead weak. And Ross, here comes Lehman, the middle linebacker. Lehman steps up in there, and boom. Okay, that's Edwards making that block on him, but a great cutback by Corey Ross. Watch the cutback and the stick there.
So California's play selection, 15 runs, 4 passes. Denny Green said he was going to pound it in there, and he liked his offensive line. And there's pay dirt for Corey Ross. A 4-yard run. It's 13-3, California. So the turnover, they capitalize on it, turned it into points.
Just an excellent job by the offensive line on that left side. Edwards, Lolan, moving people. They've moved Edwards. He started out as a tackle. He's jumped down the guard. They wanted big boys at the guard position. They got it, and they're driving people.
Don't like it.
One of the things Jim Fossil was concerned about, he said, listen, they got the big offensive line. And Denny Green, he certainly knows it, and he's using the hammer tonight. Here's Parker Douglas's point after. And it's up and good. So capitalizing on the turnover, it almost feels like you're scoring twice. Feels like a double bonus, doesn't it?
Oh, quick turnover, stick it in the end zone again, time of possession. Here we go. He's just going to go toss this way. We're coming around the corner. We're blocking down on the edge. Little toss crack. Coming down and around. Nice little block. And we are in the end zone.
Couple 4-yard runs for California. And the Redwoods have a 14-3 lead. Corey Ross coming off a 4-yard TD run to give California a 14-3 lead here in the UFL opener. Dave Sims, Doug Flutie, and we're joined by the UFL Commissioner, Michael Hugh. Good to see you again, Michael. Congratulations on getting this thing together.
Well, thank you. We're excited. There's 15,000 people here. It's a good start for us. You're seeing a great brand of football. Coaches are excited, so it's a good building block, good first step.
Well, what was your biggest challenge in getting going? Just one of your many challenges.
Well, I think it was hard to convince people that in this economy we could do it, and to tell football players that there'd be a reason for them to do it. I think there's a lot of guys at home now thinking, I want to be in a UFL jersey next year.
You feel like we're creating a niche for it?
I think we are. I think you're going to see some good players here. I think this is going to create a real segue for players back to the NFL.
To be sure. And as you look ahead to next year, talk about the expansion. What do we have in store?
We'll add 2 teams next year. LA seems like the most likely of one of those teams, and I think it's going to be exciting. 6 teams, and we're just going to keep building it the right way economically where we can afford it.
There we go with Las Vegas on the kickoff return. And pretty good return, and they'll have good starting position here. What were some of the other challenges to get the league to get it on its feet here?
Well, get ownership groups to believe in it. When we put $30-40 million into this league, and in this economic condition, that's not easy to do. But I think people believe in the vision and believe that we are on the right model here, and I think so far we've proven it.
With that model, you've cut the budget a little bit or kept it tight by having training camps together. Where did you learn these corner cutting methods.
Well, you know, the first year in Jacksonville when I ran the Jaguars as a startup franchise, we went to Stevens Point, Wisconsin, had a training camp there just like the Cheese League. It was a great way to get the players together, build some chemistry, and I think it's the right ingredients for us.
Here's a handoff. And a nice hard run. No surprise there. Marcel Shipp picks up 5 on that play. California, a couple of conversion turnovers, and they have a 14-3 lead. When you talk to the players, particularly guys who are looking to get back in the NFL, I mean, you've heard a lot of that story, and you've had guys who've never even had a chance. That had to have been a lot of fun to hear those stories from.
Well, it was. Simeon Rice, one of the better players, he described it as unfinished business. I think for a lot of players out here, that's what this league's about.
Postman back to throw. And in and out of the hands. Pretty good shot down there. David Kirkus, and covering on a play, Robert Herbert out of Colorado State, indoor league star.
Herbert was all over that. You had to be careful with the backside arm, that left arm wrapping as he reached with the right, knocked it down, but he was right there on the play. This guy has more ability than anyone on the field. This guy is an athlete.
Postman had a good start, 4 for 4. He's now 7 for 12, 78 yards. They've been really pushing.
That last ball, he zinged in there. That was actually a good throw, just great coverage, but he has missed some relatively easy throws.
There's a 3rd down and 5 coming up. Good time. And completes it to about the 39-yard line. He's going to be very close to a first down. We got that into D.D. Dorsey. Picks up 5 on the play. And it is good for first down.
Dorsey's great out of the backfield. He's an athletic kid with great hands. Had a little option around there. And that time JP had really settled feet. Great pass protection, and that's the key.
Partnership with Versus. You got to be very happy with that.
Well, it is. It's a great broadcast. You guys are doing a great job. It's high definition. It's got the sky cam and the bells and whistles. I think it's a great picture.
1st and 10 here for Las Vegas. Marcel Shipp with room. Still running hard. Gets it across the 45. Prince Quatang, the middle linebacker, 7 yards on the tackle. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about was we mentioned expansion. We talked about the TV and ownership. If you talk about the other two sites, you got Florida and you've got New York. Ownership out there. What have you learned from being around those folks?
Well, it's been really helpful. In Florida, we have the Tampa Bay Rays that are part of the ownership group. It's exciting to have an experienced ownership group that understands sports as part of it and build a nexus between the Orlando and Tampa market.
Penalty flag on the play. Good hard run again by Marcel Shipp. Those other 2 teams, the Florida and New York team, will be playing this Saturday.
That's right. And the New York team's a strong team. Ted Cottrell's a good coach. We think it's a great opportunity. Guy's been passed over a bunch, so we're really excited to have him as a part of this.
Well, Commissioner, good to see you. And thanks for bringing us in part of the UFL family. And we look forward to a lot of success here with this league.
Thanks, guys. Looking forward to working with you as well.
All the best.
We're going to be up here?
Commissioner Michael Huga, the UFL. Penalties offsetting.
Oh, is that why?
John Bible, the referee.
Can we get the yards still?
Boy, Jake Norton is a tight end, but he also plays a little halfback or H-back there, and he goes in the backfield and acts as a fullback. And he just had an unbelievable pancake of a lead block.
35 base.
We got to go. We got to go.
Hey! Come on! Come on!
They're worried about the shot clock here. The play clock's running out on him. Boy, you got to have an awareness to that.
So Jim's contention is that maybe they started it too soon.
Well, when you have a penalty and you're discussing it, you don't start that clock early. That's Jim's argument about when they started the clock.
And they told him, Jim, you're right. Denny Green, longtime member of the NFL Rules Competition Committee, and all 4 coaches very heavily involved in laying out the rules here for this new league.
44, Mike.
Second down and 3. Couple of yards for Shipp. Brought down by Liam Ezekiel, the middle linebacker out of Northeastern, a 2-yard gain.
Vegas is trying to pull it back a step here and create a little attitude. Let's get back to the north-south running, keep that defense honest, and then when JP decides to throw the football, he's going to be protected. They got a little bit pass-happy for a while.
It's interesting what you say about the attitude, too, because Denny Green, he's established the attitude. Boys, we're hammering it.
Oh, and they love it. And I'll tell you what, offensive linemen love that more than any. They feel like they are dictating the game.
3rd and 1. It's a long one. Ship gets the first down and more.
Now that's some nice short yardage running right there. Nice patience on a short yardage play, a little stutter stepping up through.
Marcel Ship, when they asked him to come on board, originally he was asking to be a coach.
He was thinking about it too. Okay, coach, maybe we'll see. Well, they went in a different direction, and then all of a sudden he gets the call back and says, what about play? He said, thank you. That's what I was looking for in the first place. And he's showing he can still play.
He said, hey man, you're crushing my dream. I still got some game left. First down play action. Losman, time. Running out of time now. And he does well to get out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. Marcel Ship pretty much helped save him there, gain him 1.
I'll tell you what, he had all day to throw because they've been running the football. Great pass protection, set his feet, look downfield, wanted to throw a comeback, and Herbert on the left corner is just a shutdown corner. He thought it was one-on-one, I'm going to have this throw, and it just wasn't there. He smothered it.
Robert Herbert, 6'1", 6'2", 195 out of Colorado State. Denny Green lauded him. Big, long, big play. Makes big plays every day in practice. Tough inside running again for Ship for 4 yards. Like that Scobie, Josh Scobie.
Scobie's your change-up guy. Now, he's got a little of both, kind of a mix. He's not really a power guy, but he can run inside. He's not the quickest in the world like Dorsey, where you want to get him outside. But he's a mixer, and they use him on different personnel groupings.
3rd down and 6. California with a couple of scores. Boyd, the quarterback, a 4-yard run. Ross, a 4-yard run. Gano, a 33-yard field goal. Vegas 5 for 8 on 3rd down. Osman too high. And again, that's second or third time he's hung Thurman out the drive.
Well, the ball's sailing on him, and it's usually that happens when they're either overstriding or the elbow is dropping down. Great pass protection. Nice job handling the snap. Gets a double in. He's got a nice little window there, and the ball just sails high. He's got to make these throws. Tight end comes across, clears a window, wide receiver, boom. That ball should be in his chest. Thurman runs a good route. Ball just sailing high.
Danny Bogger,
elbows, that's illegal.
Punter is in there, standing at his own 42-yard line. High kick, see if it'll stay inside the 20 and hit one of the Locos, and they're going to indeed down it inside the 20-yard line.
Great play by accident.
Sure was. The gunner was down there. It hit him on the shoulder pad. A 35-yard punt. It really works out well. It hit Jake Norton. Norton was able to down it.
Jake's running down there to cover.
23. So it was 23 on the play. Brandon Sumrall, and it works out really well for Las Vegas. We shall return right after this. California leads by 11. With us, Dave Sims, Doug Floody, Cordell Stewart, and Anita Marks in our UFL crew. California has the ball in a 14-3 lead. Redwoods have scored the last 2 times. They've had their hands in the ball. Shane Boyd, the quarterback, took it in from 4 yards at the 11:03 mark, and at the 8:45 mark, Corey Ross scored from 4 yards out. That result of taking over on a turnover. Here's it. Above the field look as Ross has run out of bounds. Right near Anita Marks, and Anita, stay alive down there, girl.
Hey, Anita will mix it up now. She'll jump right in. She's not shy about that. She played 5 years of professional football, all right?
Got 3 quarterbacks we're working with on this broadcast crew.
We'll fight for control later.
4 yards on the pickup. We'll send Mark Bradford top of your screen. Ross, 14 carries, 49 yards. And that's blown up very nicely here as we go down to Anita Marks.
Hi, I'm still alive. If you saw that last play, but Lavelle Sapai, who is, of course, the defensive tackle, he's out with an ankle injury. But interesting story with him, guys. He's Samoan. His family suffered the tsunami, and the team got together and put together a collection. His family is safe, but they lost everything. So, unfortunately, this is his UFL debut, but he has an ankle injury.
Playing with a heavy heart, too. For more inside information on the UFL, go to fanhouse.com. 3rd and 6. Boyd slings it out. Oh, in and out of the hand. Should have been caught. Mark Bradford was right there. Adrian Owaslam putting some pressure on Shane Boyd.
And that was the key. It was the pressure. He had to throw in his sights. He had an open receiver in Bradford. He was hit as he was throwing. The ball goes a little. And Gary Stills was right there as well on the rush. He made a heck of a pass rush move, jumped inside and almost got there.
Derek Frost, the punt. Ryan Hernandez is deep for Las Vegas.
Pressure on the quarterback. Best way to disrupt the pass game.
Good snap. Penalty flag on the play. Hernandez makes a catch, 48-yard line. Found an alley. In traffic, taken down at the 42-yard line at 4.9 hang time, or 4.09 hang time. Punt for 39 yards and 11 yards on the return.
And Tiger Woods is coming down to make the call.
I like the look. It's different.
I like it. I do like it.
What we got?
John Bible, the referee.
Tack 5 on. I need that ball.
So not enough players on the line of scrimmage. John Bible out of the Big 12 conference. Retired Big 12 official. And he worked there for a lot of years.
Well, Vegas decided we got a nice little return there. Let's tack the 5 yards on, and we'll take the ball right here and get moving. Starting at the 35-yard line going in now. They got a good opportunity to stick it in the end zone.
We got a timeout on the field with 1:50 to go here in the first half. The UFL premier season, California with a 14-3 lead here in Las Vegas. California with a 14-3 lead here. And let's listen in on the call of the game. It's brought to you by Motorola.
Yeah, I mean, it's high, okay? So bend your knees, get a wider base, and just sit down a little bit. I noticed I was watching you throw you. It looked like you were trying to see over the top and still a little stiff. Yeah. So bend down, get your knees bent a little bit.
This is the play that he was referring to.
Well, this was one that was a little on the back shoulder. What he's talking about is you get thrown up over a stiff front leg and the ball can sail high on you. But I like Fossil's demeanor in handling quarterbacks. 35-yard line, best starting position for Las Vegas. Losman gets inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. Lewis Holmes has had a heck of a night, makes the tackle. 6 yards on the pickup. That doesn't hurt either. Get yourself into the flow of the game. Break a little sweat. Take a shot. Run with the football. You know, there are going to be receivers open. He's going to have time to throw. I think they've done a good job of getting back to the run game, which has helped their pass protection.
Good run for a few yards by Marcel Ship. Brought down by Jason Stewart, number 99, a 6-yard pickup.
And again, Ship between the tackles and falling forward and pushing the pile. He's very good and very patient up inside those tackles.
Final minute of play here in the first half. Las Vegas has one timeout remaining. Losman to his tight end. That's Adam Bergen with the catch. 7 yards on the pickup there. Prince Quatang, the middle linebacker, makes the tackle, and Las Vegas will use its final timeout with 46 seconds to go.
Nice job. They're having a little rhythm throw, and they're getting into, they've got plenty of time. They want to milk this clock and stick it in the end zone right at the last second.
Don't forget, stay with us, everybody. At halftime, we're going to be going into each locker room and highlights, and we'll talk about some of the big plays here in the first half.
Boy, you know, out the gate, Vegas walked it up and down the field twice. It looked like they were going to move the ball at will. And now they've been struggling. They had great field position here because of their defense. And now they really have to take advantage of this so they can make it a 14-10 game at half.
Denny Green, California coach, he's got a big offensive line, and he has really used it effectively tonight. Losman for Las Vegas now, after starting 4 for 4. He's 9 for 15, 91 yards. He's been sacked a couple of times.
And they are out of timeouts now the rest of the way.
It's second down and 3. 17-yard line. Pretty good protection. Losman dumps it down to Dede Dorsey to the 10, and he has got the first down. They're going to have to hurry up, pick up 7 with Tang on the tackle.
With the first down, you could just spike it here and save yourself some time rather than trying to call a play. He's calling a play.
Running down. This one looks left the entire way. Nice job as he got it to Kirkus. And he is out of bounds at about the 1-yard line. First and goal for Las Vegas. David Kirkus on the reception. Ronnie Prude on the tackle. He tried to reach it for the pylon.
I'll tell you what, we almost had a new rule here. Here's a nice rhythm throw in the completion, but he reaches with the football, fumbles it out of the end zone. In our league, this is a new rule. Is he out of bounds? He may not have touched out of bounds yet. Now it's a live ball in the end zone. It goes out of bounds. They would bring this back to the spot of the fumble if it's reviewed upstairs.
From the 1-yard line with 18 seconds to go. Postman keeps it himself, throws it to the man. He faked it too. That's Dede Dorsey. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Thought we were going to get a celebration, but maybe, you know, we got a little more leeway here.
Well, you know,
loosen it up a little bit.
It became a pressure situation. You were in a 2-minute situation. Here comes Dorsey. What hands, boy. Just going to the flat right now. Oops, right now. And watch his hands catching this football. How relaxed is this guy catching the ball out of him? Nice in his hands. Good delivery by Losman, and we got a touchdown. Dorsey has very soft hands. He looks like a wide receiver catching this ball. Just reaches up, plucks it out of the air. Easy touchdown. We got a ball game.
Graham Gano for the point after. And that is on the board, a 14-10 California lead. So Dede Dorsey, the first touchdown reception in Las Vegas Locomotives history. They needed that too, Doug, because the way California was starting to run that ball, they were in trouble.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing more demoralizing than a team running the ball anyway. Coming back at it. Now, this is from the tailback position. Normally, the fullback's the guy that pre-releases in the flat. Nice roll, nice under control by PJ. I keep wanting to call him PJ. JP, and he puts it to him. I've seen, we messed around too much. We messed around a little too much saying that. Fossil pretty happy. We get the ball in the end zone. He knows his quarterback can get it rolling at any time. We're right back within 4 points.
Hey, go back to what you were talking about a couple seconds ago. He said, do you like Jim Fossil's demeanor with his quarterback?
Absolutely. He came over. Losman had thrown some balls high, missed a couple easy throws. Quietly, calmly sits him down, starts to talk to him, and tries to get him to relax. Next play he comes out, he throws a couple rhythm passes to get his quarterback back on track, and boom, you're in the end zone.
Well, that really was effective. California has 2 times out remaining. 14-10 lead. They squib it down the middle. And up and over. Up and over. Rough and tumble. That is some play. Obafemi Ayambadejo. And he put a real big hit on Brendan Sumrall. Sumrall did the hit on Ayambadejo. That was nicely done.
Sumrall's the guy that had the punt hit him off the shoulder. So he's a little special teams dude making plays happen. Brandon's from Southern Miss. He's a DB that's got a real nose for the ball. Just comes flying in, takes the legs out from under him, flips them up and over.
Ayambadejo, veteran, been with the Vikings, Miami, Bears, Ravens, and Arizona. And that's going to do it for the first half of the first UFL game. When we come back, we're going to be going into the respective locker rooms. Shane Boyd's ball club has a 4-point lead after 30 minutes. Glad you could join us, everybody. Premier season of the UFL. Halftime coming up right after this.
Adapt.
No other glove performs like this. Good look at action on the Strip, not too far from here in Las Vegas. Dave Sims, Doug Flutie, Cordell Stewart, and Anita Marks with you here. The premier game of the premier season of the UFL. And we look at the quarterback numbers. This is your department, Doug.
Shane Boyd feels like he hasn't played yet. But
really?
He is averaging 15 yards of completion. When they get it, it's off play action and throwing the ball up the field. JP, very comfortable, decent completion percentage, throwing a football. His problem was he got the ball stripped, a couple of balls stripped, one in a turnover. But the amazing thing is that Vegas has been very balanced. 19 runs, 19 passes. And California's only thrown the ball 5 times because of their physical running attack that they have the lead.
DJ Sam's back to get this kick. Graham Gano, and here we go for the second half. Premier game of the premier season. Sam's take a knee in the end zone, get it out on the 20-yard line. So it's interesting listening to Mike Kruzek, the offensive coordinator, is a BC guy like you, played for Pittsburgh Steelers, coach at the University of Central Florida. He's got a lot of offensive know-how.
Yeah, and he has a vertical passing attack, and he likes to, when he throws the ball, he wants big chunks. And that's what he's talking about with his passing game. He's got 15 yards of completion, and he's talking about we run the ball so well, let's get a little more play action and burn.
It'll be interesting. We have not seen anything from Bobby Scipio, one of their a guy that was a big star in the Arena Football League. He's number 13. Let's see if he gets involved in some of the passing game here. That was Bradford in motion. And just that quick. They get the ball to Joe West. It's a gain of 8. Porter and Parrish on the stop for Las Vegas.
West is one of their best route runners, quick in and out of his breaks, a polished receiver, was with the Cowboys. He just comes out with a nice little rhythm throw, get his quarterback comfortable throwing a football, a nice little rhythm throw, rather than the big play action pass.
Here's Bobby Scipio, so he has not even seen a lot of action here this evening. If you're just tuning in, the guys in the black and red, those are the referees, doing things a little bit differently here in the UFL. In and out of the hands of tight end Nate Laurie. Second or 6th-round pick of the Buccaneers.
You know what? They've come out with consecutive 3-step drop passes with a little rhythm passing game to try to get some completions and momentum. And all we heard in the locker room was play action. Let's burn them deep. We're going to throw that ball deep and make a big play. So he's letting his quarterback get his feet wet a little bit and get comfortable. He only threw the ball 5 times the entire first half.
But a 3rd down and 2 coming up for Shane Boyd and the California Redwoods. Tight end Laurie going in motion. Boyd, there's a see. Oh, didn't put it away. Joe West, he was right there.
Oh, Joe, he was running, hit him in stride. Joe's running to the house, going to look for a crease, and then he's hiding the ball in his back pocket. 1, 2, 3, nice rhythm. 5-step, underneath route, bang, right there. Catch the ball first. Secure the football, and we don't care if you fall down. We'd like you to run with it, but just catch the ball first.
Like Allen Iverson out there going behind his back on a break.
Back, and then he was going to come over to back and with a reverse slant.
Absolutely. Frost the punt. Hernandez far side. And he got a face full of California Redwoods there. 39 yards on the punt, 10 yards on the return. And I tell you what, you can tell it's big-time football because people, the fans are into it. The hometown folks are rooting hard for the Vegas club.
Coach is already getting fired from the stands.
Absolutely. Well, we will be back here next week. It'll be a Wednesday telecast. Jim Haslett's Florida Tuskers take on these Las Vegas Locos. And the Tuskers, they will open up their season Saturday against New York. Here's Ship with room, lots of it. First down for Las Vegas, and a late penalty flag coming in. A 15-yard run. Marcel Ship. that's a hold against Las Vegas.
First down.
Boy, that's a shame because they did such a great job of staying on their men up front. And Ship does just a phenomenal job of the cutback. Watch it all close down on the weak side. Boom, puts his foot in the ground, heads weak, north and south. Good, strong run, and your wide receivers out there in a block 10 yards down the field.
When you already have the first down.
Kirkus downfield trying to throw a block.
52.
You got a positive play.
Elite 55.
14-10 California. Osman, nice pitch and catch. That's Kirkus, far side. For David Kirkus, 6'2", 29 years old, out of Grand Valley State in Michigan, 11-yard gain.
Nice timing route on about a 10-yard out here. Kirkus puts his foot in the ground. Break, ball's there on time. A little bit low and behind. Nice little catch, secure the ball. Herbert, I'm telling you, even from an off position, was closing quick. Yeah. He's a good little DB.
First down play. And there's Ship again. Yeah, boy, they're just slamming some bodies in their 5-yard pickup. Davis, some good blocking in there, the left guard, along with the tight end, Jake Norton.
But Norton plays a lot of H-back and moves into the fullback position. And Davis is a big old boy working on the weak side, a puller, 330 pounds, does a nice job. And again, just great vision on the cutback and patience running the football up through there.
Frank Davis is out of Panama, first Panamanian to be an NFL player, and same here in the UFL. Played at University of South Florida when they were just getting that program going. Losman play action over the middle. Man, wide open tight end. He's got Bergen down the 15-yard line. First down, Las Vegas.
There's that cover two he's talking about in the locker room. Hassel said they're playing that cover two. They're biting on the play action fake. We're going to get the tight end down the middle of the field. Linebackers step up and boom, Bergen right down the middle. Nice all-around play protection.
Underwood making a tackle. That's a good throw. Maybe his best throw of the night.
He had a chance to step into that in rhythm and stuck him in the chest. He didn't.
26 yards on the gain, and Dorsey's tripped up. That's a good defensive play. I thought Ronnie Prude coming up out of LSU.
Against a quick guy in the open field. But how about that last throw? Nice settled feet. JP stepped into the throw and stuck him in the numbers.
And just what you were talking about, and then we heard Fossil talking about, a nice flexing the knees, nice athletic move, staying down.
And that's when you start telling that you can tell he's starting to get relaxed.
Las Vegas in the Motorola red zone, introducing Motorola Quick with Motor Blur, the first phone with social skills available exclusively at T-Mobile. Osman to throw, looking right. Got a man there. It is Bergen. He's in. Touchdown. Las Vegas. See what he does for celebration. So, Adam Bergen, we had a fun time talking to him, a native of Long Island. He's a big moviegoer's favorite movies. Goodfellas, Godfather 1, Godfather 2. Spends just about all his free time watching movies. But you got to tell a story about the sport.
Well, you know, he's a big fan of the Godfather and the mob movies. This is just a great route. You know, cuts it out there. He's a big fan of those movies, but he's not a big fan of animals in the locker room. And we'll get to that.
Indeed. As we look at StubHub Extra Point. StubHub, where fans buy and sell tickets. Adam Bergen with the tight end. We've got our first lead change tonight. Las Vegas with a 17-14 lead. We're in the third quarter with 11:07 to go. Losman, nice connection. He and Bergen developing a good pitch and catch relationship. So Adam Bergen getting his first UFL touchdown. It gives Las Vegas the lead for the first time tonight, 17-14. UFL action here, premier season, a premier game. And here we go. Eddie Bauger going to kick it off. BJ Sams deep to get it. They're going to make him go hard to the sideline at the 10, 15, 20. And he's taken down about the 22-yard line, and a 20-yard return. We check in with Anita Marks. She's standing by with Adam Bergen.
I sure am. And Adam, first half, it looked like JP was maybe getting a little pressure. The offensive line really not giving him a lot of protection. You guys came out the second half, engineered a great drive, and, of course, you scored the touchdown. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel great. You know, first touchdown scored in the UFL. You know, real excited. we went in at halftime and knew that we were really hurting ourselves on offense, so we had to come out, just play sound football. And we knew we can bring the ball down the field and drive them and get a touchdown.
Now, a lot of folks not aware of this. Your training camp is at Casa Grande in Arizona, and there's some interesting animals out there. You've got snakes, scorpions, tarantulas, lizards, and you had an encounter with a scorpion. You want to share it with us?
Yeah, I'm from New York originally, but I lived out here in Arizona now for like 5 years. I've seen a couple scorpions here or there, but one day we came into the locker room and there was a scorpion that was a foot long. I've never seen one that big. It kind of scared me to death. I had to call my exterminators from my house the next day, make sure they sprayed everything, and it didn't look good, I'll say that.
And from what I understand, you don't sleep at the facility any longer.
No, I go home.
And on top of that, gentlemen, this is kind of funny. Their equipment manager, Virgil, he's actually a zookeeper now because now you guys have a tarantula and a lizard as pets.
Oh, yeah, we have a pet tarantula, a couple lizards, a rat, I think. And we're starting our own zoo.
Fantastic. Hey, congratulations with your first touchdown in the UFL.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Take care.
All right, Anita and Adam, thank you very much. Adrian Owasson with a big sack, a loss of 5 on that play. Adam Boyd was in big-time trouble.
Didn't have a chance on that one. Stepped up to avoid one player, and Owasson comes in and gets the sack. Pressure on the quarterback. And because they've gotten away from the run game, it's allowing them to tee off and go after him now. Little play action set up, and he didn't even have time to step up. Did not have time to step up. Henderson came from one side, Owasson from the other.
Owasson ran right by Tyler Llewellyn. Second straight negative play for California. Boyd with time. And incomplete. So they're going to have to turn it back to Las Vegas. The Locos with a 3-point lead.
Well, Bradford broke on the in, and he was throwing the out or towards the corner. And, you get a little rattled. You get sacked. All of a sudden, you misreads or you get jittery feet, and all of a sudden the ball's thrown 40 yards away from a receiver. So he really looks smooth, and then you get sacked once, and all of a sudden you get a little rattled.
Derek Frost to punt it. Ryan Hernandez back to receive it. Hernandez makes the catch. Picks up a little bit of a wall. Throw, horse collar. Where are the flags? Any flags? There they are. Norman Lejeune grabbed them from behind up around the neck. That's the horse collar tackle. That's illegal in this league as well. 43 yards on the punt. 12 yards on the return.
Well, just a few years ago, this rule came into play because it's a very dangerous. Not only that, he got a little piece of the face mask as well.
Horse collar tackle. 15-yard penalty out of the dead ball spot. First down.
But you could see that the legs could have gotten folded up underneath, and that's where it gets real dangerous.
9:27 to go in the third. California had been leading at halftime, but now Las Vegas with the ball, looking to expand its lead. It's 17-14 Locos.
The Locos are in business.
Fans of all ages here in Las Vegas. 17-14 Locos over the Redwoods, and the Las Vegas Locos and the California Redwoods coaching staffs. They're outfitted by Nat Nast. Nat Nast, every man has a story to tell. And Coach Denny Green looking nattily attired. Some good luck for the coaches. Jim Fossil and his staff have a variation on that theme.
Under.
So here's a short field for Las Vegas. First and 10 at the 29. Ship steps through. Nice piece of change. It picks up about 8. Good block by Tavares Washington. He's the right guard. 8 yards on the pickup. Washington taking over for Martin Bibla, who was injured early in the ballgame.
Nice job on the power roll, pulling around and leading them up through there. I'll tell you, the physical running game, north-south, with Marcel Ship between the tackles, is what has set everything up for this offense.
Capizzi, Davis, Boone, Washington, Parquette up front for Las Vegas. Same play, and nothing this time. They've seen it. They've been burned by it. Not going to happen. Maurice Crum leading the charge, number 55.
Yeah, he got a nice read and stepped up in there. And that was not, there was no pulling going on. There were no angles on that. It was a straight zone play with a lead back. and they just stuffed that solid. So there were no angles in the blocking scheme offensively.
So you have wide side of the field to the right here. Did they do something here?
It's 3rd and short, but he's in a passing formation out of the gun, so look for the drive underneath.
There it is underneath to the 15-yard line, but it's dropped. And let's get out of Cordell Stewart.
Yeah, guys, Coach Ricky Hundley, defensive coordinator, was emphasizing at halftime for the front seven to get stronger, to stop the run, and in the passing game to put a little pressure in J.P. Losman's face because he's really eating his defense up. But yet in the secondary, we have a loss in Dominic Patrick. He's the strong safety, one of the leaders of this defense and the run stopper on defense. So all he's asking them to do, they're playing hard, they're getting everything done. He just needs them to tighten up a little bit, keep everything in front of them, and do the best they can to stop J.P. Losman from eating them alive.
Our men's warehouse field goal attempt from 39 yards out by Graham Gano is good. So Las Vegas extends the lead to 20-14. 8:05 to go here in the third. Glad you're with us for the first game in UFL history from Las Vegas. We return right after this. 17 unanswered points by the Las Vegas Locos here in the first UFL game. And B.J. Sams is ready to receive this kick from Danny Bogger. The kicks have been good here, Doug. They haven't really given him a lot of opportunity to bring him back.
You know, the kickoffs are getting into the end zone. They're making all their field goals. Good, solid football all the way around, even through the special teams with only a few weeks to prepare.
Sams about a yard deep. Tripped up, held on to the football. And right now, our Motorola call of the game brought to you by Motorola.
Come on. 59, Ezra Butler.
They think we don't want to pass. We got to pass on them.
These stars remember.
Then come back because they're stacking up on the run.
High school football.
Denny talking over there to Cruz. Hey, we got to start throwing the ball on first down. That quick rhythm, 1, 2, 3, ball out.
And there it is. They get it to Bradford. And Bradford run out of bounds.
And they tried.
Picks up 4 on the play.
They tried that last series, and they hit the first one and missed the second one, put them in a third down situation. When you throw that quick rhythm stuff early on, it's got to be 90+% completions on first and second down.
John David Washington is in the game. He's at a Morehouse in Atlanta, and you may know who his dad is. Well, he's a very famous, internationally known dad. We'll get to meet him in a second. And JD with the carry, not a lot there. Let's go down to Cordell Stewart.
Denzel, John Davis getting his opportunity to get some run. We haven't seen him too much. Denzel Washington, we're talking to Denzel Washington here. We have John David on the football field, your son. He's out getting some run. How does it make you feel to see your son out there playing?
Well, you know, I'm happy for all these guys that are getting another opportunity to play. You know, it's a tough league. It's hard to stay in the league. There's some guys here like Corey who's been up in the league and shipped, and guys like my son who played a couple of years with St. Louis, and I'm just happy for them, and I hope that they get a chance to shine.
Do you ever get the itch sometimes, because you were an athlete back in your time? Do you ever get the itch when you see your son out there playing, even though I know you're a little bit older now, but how does that make you feel?
Oh, brother, I don't even like falling down.
The itch.
Yeah, they hit real hard, man. But, yeah, I know you're excited about your son playing, and there he is run off the field. But you have to be extremely proud of him and how strong he's been and how he's held on.
Yep. I'm very proud of him, man. He's been tenacious. He kept fighting. He hasn't given up. He wants it his own way. You know, all I want to be known is as John Davis' father. That'll make me happy.
I know you're busy all the time. Is there anything new you're working on right now?
This football game. I gotta go down and start coaching. I brought a couple of plays with me.
Thank you, Denzel. Appreciate it.
Cordell, thank you, Denzel. And, of course, Denzel played Coach Herman Boone and Remember the Titans, one of the great football movies of all time. And Denzel Washington.
You got to explain, who are you?
Are you kidding me? This guy's one of the most renowned Americans on the planet. Hello?
This face is my ticket.
Amen.
Allow me down there, please.
Denzel is a freshman basketball player at Fordham University. His coach is P.J. Carlissimo. A little bit too high. The good news is that Mr. Washington did have.
So my face isn't good enough. Let me show you my credential. I thought my face would get it done. We got to coach some people up around the stadium here.
You betcha.
Let's make some noise, Locos fans. It is
Third down and 10.
Third down and 10. Third down and 10 coming up. Boyd, 6 of 13, 70 yards, 4 drop passes. Whoa, he did a heck of a job to get that down and throws a dart. And the interference there is the flag. Joe West, the intended receiver. Joe West, the intended receiver, and it was Joe Porter out of Rutgers.
Yeah, definitely Porter got there a little bit early.
Defense number 20. First down.
But the snaps are what is messing up the timing of the passing game right now. Good attempt to stick it in there. Porter gets there a little early on West. Watch the left arm. Watch the left arm. Wrapped around. Definite interference. Good call.
Mike Mabry's the center. Oh, as Ross slipped. Fine defensive penetration by Brandon Moore. Loss of 2. Brandon, 30 years old, out of Oklahoma. Younger brother of former Jets wide receiver Rob Moore.
I'll tell you what, Moore just blew up Abate in the backfield and the tackle all together. One package. Everybody's going down. That's just good instinctive football right there, crashing it.
Right there. Coming up on 5.5 to go here in the third. 17 unanswered points by Las Vegas. Deep drop, Boyd over the middle, and a catch made. It's Joe West again. He's got the first down. That's a gain of 14 yards. First down, California.
There you go. Nice play action pass. Set your feet and drill it in there. Nice read by West. West had a route that they were looking for a big play. The defensive secondary is playing way off, so you have a read on this, and you sit it down. Nice hard play action. Great pass protection. West starts up the field, puts his foot in the ground, comes back at the quarterback right in the chest. Beautiful.
3 catches for Joe West. First down, California, 36-yard line. Boyd's got the edge. Boy, somebody missed the tackle. Oh, that was a tight end peeling back. Okay, I saw a man in there. That was 84, the tight end peeling back. Didn't have to throw the block. He was at 13.
Nate Lowry did a great job on that. He was wide open on the play, and he's coming across the field. Boyd makes a decision to run with it. He has a chance for a peel-back, blow-up block, but we have a new rule in this league that you cannot do that if you hit them high, and he just peeled back and let the runner do the job.
There's point number 2 right there. Boyd using his legs. Great effectiveness right there as we look at the running back picking up 6 yards on the play.
But that's important.
6 yards on that game.
That's a big important part of Boyd's game, is using his legs on the bootlegs. He had the nice scramble to get into the end zone, and he has to buy himself time when he gets pressure.
John David Washington on the carry. Mike Kruzik on calling the plays. He got a great block from Brian Rimpf, the left guard. Didn't see John David Washington carrying the ball in the first half, but getting featured here. Gets the call again. Fights his way to the 15, maybe the 14-yard line. Picks up 2.
Very productive running. Patient with the cutback. Good footwork within the hole. Not panicking and losing it and trying to bounce outside and take off. Feeling your way through and get a positive gain. Sets up a 3rd and 2.
John David, 5'9", 208 yards, 208 pounds. And Cordell, we're seeing a lot more JD tonight. What happened?
Corey Ross has cramps in both calves. And so right now he's inside getting IVs to try to get his body to get hydrated. So that's why we're seeing a lot of John David Washington right now.
So he picks up 2 on that play. Thank you, Cordell. 12th play at the drive here for California. California trying to stem a tide here. Here's Teddy Lehman.
Lehman sticking it up in there, shoots his gap again, makes a nice play with a run through on the backside. The offensive linemen have to cut him off and not allow that penetration in the backfield. He does a good job of running through the gaps.
Long drive here. We've seen a bunch of them tonight. Good yardage left side. That's Daryl Kutsana out of Washington State. Nick Turnbull brings him down after a 6-yard gain.
Nick Turnbull makes the stop for the Locos.
Hey, Charlie.
This drive began back on the 23-yard line.
You know, it started out with nice short rhythm passes, and now they can get back to the run game. But that took some pressure off the run game.
They got a tight end and 2 receivers near side left. It's Joe West in motion. Cut back. Does he have enough speed? No, sir. Kutsana brought down by Joe Porter. Loss of a yard. They got the flow going right. He thought he could break it back. The stumble killed him.
Well, Brandon Moore did a nice job of penetrating and making him bounce all the way around to the backside. And then Joey Porter comes up and makes a tackle. When you get down to the red zone, things get a little too tight. The safeties get involved in that cutback, and it's a lot tougher. So when you get that cutback, you got to stick your nose in there and get 2 yards, and that's a positive gain down here in the red zone.
Obafemi Ayanbadejo, number 30, is the lone setback on this play. A 3rd down and 5. This will be the 15th play of this drive. Ball's at the 9. A sprint out to the right. Boyd through the hands of the intended receiver. And he tried to get it in there to Mark Bradford.
Yeah, Bradford broke off the route, but the difference is that he's pressured and has to make the throw a little sooner and a little rush than he wants. Here's Bradford on the route. Normally, this is going to be a completion. Boom, puts foot, bang, ball in the chest, maybe. But because of the pressure, that ball's got to be right on his chest, but because of the pressure, it makes it difficult to be accurate with the throw.
Parker Douglas and California lining up for the Men's Warehouse field goal attempt. Men's Warehouse, you're going to like the way you look. 26 yards, bangs it through, and that stems the tide. It's now Las Vegas 20, California 17, and into a run of 17 consecutive Las Vegas points. We got a good one here, the UFL opener here on Versus. Pretty good protection. Shane's going to run it himself, and he does. Shane Boyd, touchdown, a 4-yard run, and there's pay dirt for Corey Ross. Postman keeps it himself, throws it to the man he faked it to. That's Dede Dorsey, touchdown, Las Vegas. Pushing him to throw, looking right. Got a man there. It is Bergen. He's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. See what he does for celebration. So far the celebration, we're not putting a lot of stock in that, but there's more latitude in this league, and we have not seen the big production numbers.
Where is the creativity, son? Come on, let's see it. We expect it.
They've got the latitude. Here's a good football game going on here. Scobie's going to take it 10, 15, 20. Runs into his own man to about the 31-yard line. Good starting point here for Las Vegas.
They say we got a good football game going on. California's had 2 drives of over 7 minutes to go the length of the field and score points. And it comes down to coaching. These guys have been together for 3 weeks. No big special teams mistakes. They're making their field goals and extra points. They're driving the football. Not a lot of penalties. It's good, solid football.
Danny Green, the head coach of the California Redwoods, and Jim Fossil, the Las Vegas Locos coach. Final 45 seconds of the 3rd quarter. Nice work by Ship, but there is a penalty flag on the play.
Marcel Ship on the carry. It's out to the 37. There's a flag down.
Middle linebacker, Liam Ezekiel. Jim Bible.
53 offense, 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
That's left guard Frank Davis. Let's check how the game plan for Las Vegas, how it's going on the game plan, Doug.
Well, they have dominated the line of scrimmage. They have got Dorsey in space, and he got comfortable early but lost it for a little while when his O-line decided not to dominate anymore. Once they got some pressure on him, Holmes came around the corner with a couple strips. That's when they've struggled offensively.
1st and 20 for Losman. Deep drop. Gets it out in the flat. The ship turns it up and backside pursuit. Nice job by the D lineman. That's a right end. Jason Parker brings him down. It's a gain of 8 yards on the play.
You know, JP looked comfortable there. He had his back to the line of scrimmage, spun around, stepped up slowly, just dumped the ball off.
3/4 of the first UFL game is in the books. 20-17 Locos. Back to Las Vegas in a moment. The United Football League on Versus is presented by U.S. Press Wire, the premium sports news wire, by Paid Inc., by Fanlands, Own the Turf, and by NatNast. Every man has a story to tell. Yes, indeed. We're in Las Vegas, Sam Boyd Stadium. It's the opener of the UFL season.
Hey, but Coach, he's slanting. That 3-tech, he's slanting damn near.
20-17, the Locos lead it. Las Vegas ball, J.P. Lossman. In a lot of trouble. And then almost got it to Bergen. Bergen tried to make a one-hand catch. Couldn't come up with it. Bergen with the touchdown catch.
Yeah, I got it.
Earlier in the ball game, that made it 17-14 Las Vegas and gave the Locos their first lead. Paul Carrington on the pressure on Losman.
Tell you, Bergen bailed his quarterback out there, though, by just spinning off and giving him somewhere to throw it away, too. That was a nice poised play by Losman. Didn't have anything, started to scramble, avoided a negative play.
Losman on the night, 16 for 24. 164 yards and 2 touchdowns. 5 for 10 on 3rd down this evening. That time. Drills one over the middle. That's good for 1st down across the 45 to the 47-yard line. That's DeAndre Thurman out of Southern Oregon, a 16-yard gain.
Great patience, great pass protection, and watch him get up over his front foot on this throw. Boom! Stuck him in the numbers, completely different from a couple of throws we saw early in the game.
Thurman with his 4th catch. Thurman a veteran. The Giants,
he does a nice job.
The Packers, Tennessee, Winnipeg, and the Dallas Desperados of the AFL. Ship. 360 in there. Lost about a half a yard, maybe a yard. He didn't have the initial look. He had nothing. And figured, let me try to backside. He had nothing there either.
That's one of those where you give it right back to JP. I don't want this ball. Yeah. He had nowhere to go. He stuck his foot in the ground, made us. Hey, know when your journey is over. All right? You don't have a play. Cover up. Live for another down.
Ricky Hundley. Great player in his day at University of Arizona and with the Denver Broncos. 2nd down and 12. Over the middle again. They get Thurman. And Thurman takes it across the 45 for 2.
Morrell Williams sat right there in the middle, closed it down, so it's a minimal gain. But Losman does look... 86 double catch. I don't...
Snug right.
I can't translate that one. It's getting comfortable.
Who had the thickest playbook or the longest nomenclature that, you know, you're 21 years in the pros? I mean, there had to have been a couple of stops you made. There's a 3rd and 9. Good play. Vegas, 1st down inside the 35, a 20-yard gain. That's to David Kirkus.
I'll tell you what a savvy route. Whether this is pre-designed or not, he starts to the corner. It's taken away, puts his foot in the ground and snaps it off and turns it into a hook route. And boom, Lossman over his front foot, sticks him in the chest. He's throwing the ball much better right now.
Las Vegas on the move at the 32-yard line, 19-27, 204, 2 touchdowns for Lossman. Somebody on the right side moved.
Talking about
parquet move.
5-yard penalty, first down.
Talking about getting verbiage for an offensive play call. When we were in San Diego, we started getting to that double calls in the huddle and all the. It got long. We had a tiff to queen lot slot close zip act 4760. Halfback screen right. That's just the screen. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Hey, 52, Mike.
That's a lot to soak up and be ready to. And then a second, the left tackle was way early on that one. Jason Capizzi.
73, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Jason out of Indiana, University of Pennsylvania.
Hey, next play.
Here we go.
Hey, fuck it, next play, let's go.
I right, pass fullback, 2, double go. I'm gonna try to get.
By most terminology, that's pretty short, right?
Well, that's very short because there's no motion, no shifting involved. It's a little play action. He's just airing one out. Double go. Get on your horse and run down the field, guys. This is going up deep.
Split in, not even close. Kirkus, at the bottom of your screen, left too soon.
You know, we've had a real tightly, clean played game, and all of a sudden we get 3 procedures.
80 offense, 5 yards, first down.
They were pretty sharp until this point.
Yeah, it's been a very well played game.
Alert, 42-fold.
Sounds like a running play with fold blocking.
Penalty situation, 7 against Las Vegas, just 2 against California. 1st and 25. Talk about being backed up. It's at the 47-yard line.
No, we're passing.
Out of contact. Nice catch. Quick slant. They get it to Andre Thurman. 11 yards on that pickup.
The good news is they had 3 penalties in a row, and it was still first down, so now it's 2nd and 15, so it's getting manageable.
Exactly. Shipped back into the game along with E.J. Barthel. Coming up on 10 and a half to go here in the 4th quarter.
44, Mike. Me and you.
Bergen, the tight end, lines up left side. He's been very effective tonight. This one steps up into traffic, got rid of it. Oh, what a play. He hung in there. It's amazing he was able to get that off. Paul Carrington, we've called his name several times, number 96. Really good pressure. Jeremy Unerdal's in there as well.
Well, like I was talking about with Marcel Shipp, sometimes you got to know when the play's not there. Here's a play action. Going deep. He was actually going to have a play, but because of pressure, he does not. Hang on to that football. Take your sack. Do not turn the ball over.
But Carrington having a pretty good night.
Hey, pressure is what it's about when it comes to stopping the pass game.
Your 3rd down conversion numbers. Adequate protection, ball in the air, incomplete. Maya Triato broke up that pass intended for David Kirkus.
But because Vegas is getting in pass situations, the pressure, watch the 5-man rush, push the pocket. That ball's got to be there in his chest. Now, that's still great coverage. I'm sorry. Maybe you can throw it a quick, you can't throw it much better, but the coverage is there. He's just closing on it. And when it's a pass situation, you're just not going to have that opportunity.
This is a long field goal attempt, 53 yards. And, you know, well struck, got a chance. It's good! From 53 yards out, 23-17 Las Vegas. Graham Gano is the 2008 Lou Groza Award winner while at Florida State, and a 92.3 success rate. Nicely done from 53. Las Vegas 23, California 17. What a kick, and nice little draw action late to get it through.
Now, come on, hey, we're better than that, aren't we?
Hell yeah, sir.
Well, then I want to see it prove the rest of this damn game. I'm going to pound at him and throw on him. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Gotta love it. The passion of pro football. 23-17. Graham Gano having a great night. 3 for 3 field goals. 33, 39, and 53. but doesn't want to address some of that, what Jim Foss was talking about, out of bounds, out of being penalty, and they'll get it at the 40. But he's right. On that last possession, the offensive line and guys going off sides, some blown assignments on pass protect. Unbelievable. Check out the flag first. Here's our USI game summary. Ross, 47 yards. The Locos, Lossman, 20 of 30 for 216. Chips run it for close to 60 yards.
You know, Ross, that was mostly early on in those rushing yards. Boyd got it going. They started throwing the ball a little more in the second half. But Lossman has been consistent from beginning to end. Had a couple throws he missed, but it's been consistent football for Vegas.
So with the penalty, kicking the ball out of bounds, California gets the ball at the 40-yard line, and that's a heck of a run. They get just a little bit. Daryl Hutsona picks up a couple of yards. Let's go down to Anita. She's standing by with JP.
JP, you're up 23-17. It looked like a great drive. You were engineering, unfortunately, because of a penalty. You kind of got stuck there for a minute, but Geno, he bails you out to get a 53-yard field goal, and you guys just picked him up.
Yeah, unbelievable. He's been there, only for a couple days, and our equipment manager's been giving him a tough time. Our equipment manager gives all the new guys a tough time. So he's had a rough first couple days, and he still came out and performed. It's good.
There were a few series that it looked like you were having a tough time. Your offensive line not giving you a lot of protection, but it looks like they've stepped it up. What has been the difference?
It's just like, I think most guys are used to, a one preseason game, two preseason games, and we don't get that. So you're going to get a little sloppy, a little miscommunications, a little offsides, and, clean that up the rest of the game and next week.
Fantastic. Good luck.
All right, thanks.
All right, JP, thank you. You saw Adrian Owasam knock that pass attempt down. That kid's played a whale of a ball game tonight.
He has been all over the place.
Boyd, 7 of 17 passing, 84 yards. It's a one-score game. Boyd, what a catch. And still going to be short of a first down. It's Sonny Shackelford out of the University of Washington. Picks up 5.
Brandon Summerall, I believe it was Brandon, was playing safety on that play and just came down hard and jumped that route. Thought he had an interception, but Shackelford jumped up and plucked the ball out of the air. Summerall wanted to take that the other way.
Eric Frost, the punt. Ryan Hernandez is deep to get it. Gets a good bounce for California. Picks up an additional few yards. 39 yards on a punt. Hang time of 4.48 seconds. Take a break, and when we come back, Las Vegas with the lead and the football. It's 23-17 Locos.
Right now.
First game in UFL history. It's a good one. Las Vegas 23-17 over California. Time for our Cutters Gloves catch of the game.
I'll tell you what, a couple nice grabs here on the back shoulder. Reaches back, snatches it, pulls it down. Again, on that deep crossing route. These are big plays, boy. You reach out, catch that ball in your fingertips. Those Cutters Gloves. I love them. I'll tell you what, Shackelford runs great routes and catches the ball in his hands. I love those. I love throwing with them.
And you had to use them in some sub-freezing temperatures.
Minus 44.
Minus D.D. Dorsey with some running room. Plenty of running room down the sideline. First down and more for Las Vegas. D.D. Dorsey forced out of bounds by Marvell Underwood, a 27-yard gain.
Been waiting to see D.D. get in the open field and take off. They tell us he has blazing speed. He does have quick speed, great feet to get to the corner. Gets a nice pull, nice little chip block, and around the corner we go.
Well, then dip into the hole and then bounce it. Very effective.
A little dip freezes the defender to allow you to bounce it out and around him.
D.D. Dorsey, formerly with the Colts. He was with the Colts in 06, 07. He was with Cincinnati. Toss play, they'll give it to him again. Nice oh, boy, there's some strength there. Oh, man, Dontarius Thomas out of Auburn. The former Minnesota Viking got him up high. It was not a horse collar tackle, it's just some raw strength.
Now, he's an athlete. He's the guy that's going to run sideline to sideline. And this is just hand strength. You know, you get down on the corner, you think you got a cutback lane, turn it north and south. Hand strength. He's being held at the same time. He just got a piece of that jersey and held on and pulled him down. That's hand strength.
Boy, fought off the block. Got
he was being held.
Yeah, it's big time. Gain of 2. Quick pop. That's good for first down. Got that to David Kirkus. Gain of 9. Prude and Underwood there on the stop for California.
Kirkus is a route runner. You know, this is a quick rhythm pass. Actually, ball's a fraction of a second late. 1, 2, 3. Ball's in the ground. Ball in the air. Foot in the ground plant. He needs to snap that off a little better, actually, on that one. Looked to me like he drifted a half a step.
4th catch for Kirkus tonight. J.P. Losman said Kirkus by far is his most consistent receiver in the short time that they've been together.
52, Mike. 52.
See what they call. And to about the 41, picks up 6. Lewis Holmes, we saw a lot of him late in the second quarter. Number 71 for California making the stop. At one point, Doug, how about this? The 17 unanswered points by Las Vegas. And now they're holding off by 6 against California. This could be a huge drive. Jim Fossil had his guys really, he was pumped up himself.
He pulled them together and told them, hey, we quit making mistakes and shooting ourselves in the foot. We just walk this thing down the field. Let's keep it up.
Dorsey. Be about a yard short of a first down. Picked up 3. And he got taken down by the linebacker, Thomas again.
You know, Washington's done a great job. 22Z. Near left. Goal line, 39 power. Near left, goal line, 39 power.
This is just power O going to the left side, running behind the left guard. The right guard will be pulling. That'll be Washington again, who just had a beautiful block on power the other way. So Washington's going to be, he's done a fantastic job filling in for Bibler.
7 for 13 on 3rd down conversion. The Locos. Follows the guard. Nice cut inside. And he's got the first down. Picks up 3. First down, Las Vegas. Norman Lejeune brings him down.
The rule with power O is you never, ever bounce it, and you stay inside your kick out. But the kick out block by the pulling guard, Washington, never happened because there was just no one there. The whole line just washed everything down, so he had to go outside. But normally that is a north-south cut.
52, Mike.
So coming up on 5 minutes to go here in the ball game. 23-17 Las Vegas. Ship bounces it. Nice yardage. Good 2nd and 3rd after another first down for the Locos. That's a gain of 12.
12 big yards and another Las Vegas Locos.
Give me near left. Toss, 39 boss.
39 boss. Boss stands for back on strong safety, so the fullback is leading the play around the left edge.
Hey, 44,
Ship has run 17 times for 69 yards. Toss play, here it comes to Dorsey. Stretched it out, picked up 4. Ezekiel with the tackle.
Just watch Barthel coming around. He's searching for the strong safety. Everyone gets pushed back in his face. He's still working his way, finally gets to his man, and the ball cuts north and south.
I got Lejeune, the guy that he got a piece of.
But it took him forever to get to him because the defense is not reacting fast enough.
About that 340 total yards for Las Vegas, and time of possession starting to really mount in a big way for the Locos. Norton, the tight end in motion. Straight up the gut. Big bust into the secondary. First down, Las Vegas. It's an 8-yard run by D.D. Dorsey. The O-line loving this. Capizzi, Davis, Boone, Washington, and Parquette.
74 Washington. It's Power O, man. And he is loving this. He is pulling around, finding his man, squaring up on him. And the back's just heading north and south. Just unbelievable job up front. Up front. Watch the pull guard. Boom.
I had some collision, and D.D. Dorsey making it work for Las Vegas. 3:09 to go. Timeout on the field. 23-17 Las Vegas. So Las Vegas working on its fourth 10 or more play drive. That's impressive.
And nothing more crucial than this. You're up by a score, 9 minutes to go in the game, and they have rattled off 6 minutes off the clock with an opportunity with around 3 minutes to go up by 2 scores.
Dorsey's carried it 8 times for 54 yards. Lossman will keep it himself. And he's got a lot of room to the 10, and he's taken down. He was so deep, Doug, at the point at the line, he had a lot of, and a nice fold down there.
Almost there.
Dontarius Thomas blows this thing up in the backfield. He says, enough of this Power O. Watch this. I'm running the gap.
Boom! Oh, my goodness, he took the helmet off. Oh!
I don't care if you got the ball.
Boy, you talk about a car crash at Broaden, Maine.
You cannot pay me enough to be a fullback, and you cannot pay me enough to be a linebacker having to step up in there like that.
Barthel was the running back. Here's a toss play. Dorsey cuts it up. He's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. It's a 2-score game. A 9-yard run by D.D. Dorsey. Touchdown has been emphatically called. No doubt about it. He broke the plane. That was a touchdown. No doubt about it. 29-17 Las Vegas. The offensive line, boy, they've done a great job in this drive.
Well, this time Washington's pulling around to the outside, has Barthel as a fullback around the corner as well. Great cut up north and south. But they've been running that Power O inside. They've been banging it away, banging it away. Now they toss it outside, and Washington gets to pull to the strong side and get around the corner. He's an athlete at right guard.
So Denny Green is challenging. They got 90 seconds, and the call is being made upstairs here. The replay official is Larry Hill.
Well, the great thing about our replay system is we don't go under the hood. All right, we don't go anywhere near the hood. We go upstairs, we've got HD to look at it, and we get a good view rather than what they have on the sideline.
And replay officials watching the same thing we're showing you right here. He clearly is in the end zone. It's a touchdown.
See, I'm an offensive guy all the way. He's a yard deep in the end zone. There's no doubt he's in. And the guy's going to hit him. He's pulling up, and he's getting hit. To me, I'm ready. If I'm an official, I'm ready to pull the flag out on those kind of hits. But it's close enough to goal line, you let it go here. But I just, he's pulling up. Dorsey's pulling up, and he's got to brace himself for the hit.
So Jim Fossey had that little sequence where you heard him really exhort his ball club, and it has really paid off with this drive. They did exactly what he said he was going to do.
He got in their face a bit, challenged them as men, and they responded. There were no penalties in that drive, and they marched it primarily on the ground.
So now you get a 2-score game with 2:18 to go.
Well, you're going to have to air it out, get into a 2-minute mode, get an onside kick, and test our overtime.
Extra point. Graham Gonzalez had a fabulous night. Is up and good. An 11-play, 86-yard drive in 6:53. That's the fourth drive of 10 or more plays by Las Vegas. We'll take a break. The Locos playing here at home in Las Vegas with a 30-17 lead over the California Redwoods. California coach Denny Green's got to figure out a way to get a couple scores on the board. His quarterback is Shane Boyd. They've got some work to do. Let's go to Anita Marks right now.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, Didi's won a Super Bowl with the Colts. He has spent some time with the Cincinnati Bengals. And as Simeon Rice likes to say, it's unfinished business. But you're taking care of business tonight. 2 touchdowns on the inaugural game for the UFL for the Locos. You got to feel great.
Oh, yeah, we have a great offensive line, especially as you can see there's blowing holes open. We're just running through them. It's a great team. We work together. Like I said in the first half, we shot ourselves in the foot a couple of times. So we're going to make some corrections, come back, and you're seeing the result of those corrections.
I heard Jim Fossil said if you keep on running the ball like that, he's going to give it to you more often. That's got to make you feel good.
Oh, yeah. I'm always lobbying to get the ball in my hands.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Dorsey's done an outstanding job. Thank you, folks. B.J. Sams got the 3. Oh, what a hit! Goodness gracious! That was a major league collision. Brendan Sumrall out of southern Mississippi. Just have a listen.
Full speed, baby.
Boom. BJ saw him, and he started gearing down a little bit, and that was the worst thing he could have done.
You know, I knew Brandon at Southern Miss and covered him as a little DB that was a ball hawk, had great ball skills in the air. He's making plays on special teams.
That's his second decleater he's had here tonight. California needs some quick scores. And look at just the energy coming from the Las Vegas Ball Club. That was Joe Porter taking on Mark Bradford. 3 yards on the game. And Denny Green, having lost that challenge, is down a timeout. So he has 1 timeout. Right now, this is the 2-minute warning. Las Vegas with a 30-17 lead here in the UFL opener. D.D. Dorsey's had a heck of a ball game. 1 touchdown rushing, 1 receiving. Take a look at the last drive. It was D.D. left and D.D. right. Make it happen.
D.D. left, D.D. up the middle, then D.D. right. And the key to this is the offensive line. There are 2 tackles they picked up from the Pittsburgh training camp. 2 guys that could be playing in the NFL, but they scooped them up. And now he goes right, and the hero of this drive was Washington. He pulled on power O up the middle. He pulled on the toss sweep. He's making plays left and right.
Tavares Washington was not even the starter. Martin Bibla got hurt in the first or second series, and Tavares Washington has been wearing out the California D-line. 2 minutes to go. 1 timeout for California. Boyd over the middle, incomplete. He tried to get that one to Sonny Shackelford.
As a quarterback, I need my receiver to make that play for me, and Shackelford can catch the football. He can make those kinds of plays right there. You got 2 minutes on the clock, 1:55, and 2 scores. You got to start getting chunks of yardage here and trying to get this ball as fast as you can up the field.
California's last lead, they were up 17-14, and then Vegas took over. Deep down the middle, overthrown. So Boyd tried to get it to Tredale Tolver. Take a look at the second half. A different story, Doug, here from what they had in the first half.
Yeah, that 16-play drive was nice, but they only ended up with the field goal. The other drives are 3 and out, which allowed Las Vegas's offense to get their feet under them and start hammering the football.
And Las Vegas on the flip side, 88 yards on the ground second half after 53 in the first, and no turnovers in the second half. After 2 in the first half, Boyd having a rough night, 9 of 21 for 92 yards. That's incomplete. Tried to get it to his tight end, Nate Lowry, and it was broken up by Isaiah Trufant. It is time for the StubHub fan favorite play of the game, and let's take a look. Adam Bergen out of Long Island, New York.
The reason I pick these plays is because the play action down the middle was exactly what Fossil talked about at halftime of running that play action. They're playing some cover 2. The linebackers are buying the fake. They came out and executed exactly what they wanted to do. Had a big touchdown to turn momentum in that game.
Remember, you can help choose the StubHub Fan Favorite Play of the Year. Visit www.ufl-football.com. Then go to StubHub.com and choose the seats that you want for the games you love. StubHub, where fans buy and sell tickets. And that big touchdown to Bergen gave Las Vegas the lead change and gave them the lead for good.
We're at the point now we're watching the clock tick and we're kneeling down and we're wrapping up our first UFL game. A great moment in history for it. I think it was a big success.
A lot of action.
Well-played game, not too sloppy. Big hits on special teams.
Major collisions. And how about the field goal kicking of Graham Gano? 33 yards, 39 yards, and 53 yards.
The UFL record of 53 is out there to be beaten.
And he's the guy, in that anecdote you were telling earlier, they were trying to pick captains, and he got a lot of votes. They didn't know his name. They just had seen him in practice. He said, the kicker.
The kicker. He had been there for one day. And the guys were relieved to see a guy kicking the kickoffs into the end zone, making his field goals. They didn't know his name yet, but they voted for the kicker.
Well, they know him now. Jim Fossil going against Denny Green. They were on the same Bill Walsh 1980 Stanford staff, part of that big Bill Walsh coaching tree. And that'll do it right there as Losman takes a knee. And that is your ball game. Jim Fossil gets the first celebratory shower here in a UFL game. Losman 21 of 31, 226, 2 touchdowns, and Dorsey 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing and 1 receiving. We'll be back to put a wrap on this one. 30-17, Las Vegas over California in the UFL opener.
United Football League. New teams. New towns. A new day is dawning in football. The United Football League on Versus.
The United Football League on Versus is presented by Quick Hits, change the game. By Control Dynamics. By Custom Bite, the only off-the-shelf custom mouthguard. And by GetUFL.com. It's all about you. Welcome back, everybody. We got a final in the first UFL game. Las Vegas down 14-3, comes back to win by a final of 30-17. Back here in the booth at Sam Boyd Stadium here in Las Vegas. Dave Sims and Doug Flutie. I liked what I saw. What did you think?
Loved it. And it was good physical football that brought Vegas back. Good hard hitting on special teams. Power O, drilling the ball up the middle. Offensive linemen controlling the line of scrimmage and dominating a game. It was cleanly played throughout with big plays and physical football.
The other thing you mentioned, too, and I think is a very good point, not too many mistakes, special teams, and that kind of stuff. You saw Graham Gano have a great game.
These guys have been together for 3 weeks. It's hard enough to put an offense or a defense on the field in that time, let alone the special teams. And all the special teams were flawless. There was a little period with a couple penalties, and that was it.
One of the stars for the game, Graham Gano, he's with Anita Marks right now.
Absolutely. Hey, like I said earlier, I think everything happens for a reason. You spend 2 months in Baltimore competing for the starting job. It doesn't work out. You land here with Jim Fossil and the Locos, and you're going down in the history books. 3 field goals tonight, Graham, and on top of that, a 53-yarder.
Yeah, I definitely learned a lot in Baltimore being up there, so, I have to give a lot of thanks to them. But, Coach had a lot of confidence in me asked me to go out there and asked if I could make it, and I told him definitely. So, I'm just glad that he gave me that opportunity.
On top of the coach having confidence in you, this team had confidence in you. From what I understand, they elected you or tried a lot. You got a lot of votes as special teams captain. Unfortunately, it was Gary Stills, but they put on the paper the kicker. They didn't even know your name, Graham.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. A lot of them didn't. A lot of them throughout the week, they just called me the kicker after that because they thought it was a big joke. But, I was pretty excited about that.
All right, last but not least, the Football Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame, they're asking for a lot of paraphernalia from this game. They're probably, since you scored the first field goal, they're probably going to want your cleats. So you got to make sure when you go in the locker room that, you keep everything because I'm sure they're going to want it.
Yeah, definitely. Under Armour, supports me. They give me a lot of equipment, so definitely I'll have to give them some of that.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Anita, thank you, and thank you, Graham. He'll be known by a lot more than just the kicker. Here's Denny Green.
I'll be at the end, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses.
Final score from right here in Las Vegas. Las Vegas 30, California 17. Make sure you join us next Wednesday night at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific for Week 2 of the UFL Premier Season. Jim Haslett's Florida Tuskers come to town to take on the Las Vegas Logos. That's next Wednesday night at 9, 6 Pacific right here on Versus. For Doug Flutie, Anita Marks, Cordell Stewart, and our entire crew, I'm Dave Sims saying so long. You've been watching the premier season of the UFL on Versus.